Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and of YouTube, and welcome back to Final Fantasy Chronicles of Eno. I am your host and game master Skajarmas, otherwise known as Toneshift, and with me today we have our full cast of players. We have, if you'll give me just a second, I'm getting my windows resized. We have Tom117Z playing Rosa, our female Elvon Mithra Watcher.
Hell.
We have Mystic playing Aeon, our male Moogle Time Mage.
Hello.
We have Hades Shadow 92 playing Cassandra, our female human Dragoon.
Fish are weird.
They can be, aye. We have Darkness playing Kunara, our female Lupin Warrior.
Aye.
And last but certainly not least, we have Ari playing Kayana, our female Tarufel Engineer.
Hello.
Hello. So, where last we left off, the Freebirds had concluded their business on the road after an encounter with a thief dead set on stealing Kayana's mechanical scarab. Satisfied that they had shooken off their pursuers, they continued on their way to the town of Windurst along Lapinia's western shore in the hopes of acquiring a vessel to take them down to the Confederacy of Old Vetay, specifically the city of Zulvane. As they were waiting for their ship in question to be ready to take them, a ship I currently cannot remember the name of, but fuck it, it was eventually brought to their attention in the form of Kunara's adoptive son, Haven, currently serving community service in the city, that Korthel, the Lupin who Haven had accompanied in tracking Kunara down, had at some point broken free of his cell, and where he went after the fact is not known, so he's at large. Regardless, the party then found themselves aboard the Corwind, that's what it was, I was looking it up, found themselves aboard the Corwind under the command of Captain Hylos, and set sail across the sea for Zulvane. En route, there was a brief and hilarious encounter with some trippy fish. And then, where we last ended off, Cassandra was roused from her slumber in the middle of the night, overhearing Aeon say something, and learning the name of a peculiar individual that Aeon has apparently been talking to, that the rest of the party has not been aware of, who so far Aeon has only identified as Lou. Anyone who's been watching this series without skipping the Hall of Whisper segments, you know the full name already, but the rest of these pendejos don't. But regardless, it is the morning after that particular conversation that we shall enter in, just as soon as I can get the right ambience going. Here we are. So, it is the following morning. You are out at sea. And the day is yours. How do you proceed?
Aha! Nailed it!
Nailed what?
Anyone would see Rosa on the deck, just poring over some sort of magic book that you see, like, every now and then sparks are coming from her hand as she was practicing a new spell.
Ah! Alright, so yeah, you can all see Rosa just finished practicing a new spell.
What are you getting all excited about? And then you do this, and then if you do this, then it's science! Ah, this is cool.
She doesn't even notice you.
She's having a nerd freakout. I could prod more, or I could go find a place to lay in the sun. Now I just need a test subject. Who's would be most willing to go unconscious? Cassandra, maybe. Okay, laying in the sun on the roof. Fine.
It's like, Rosa, you turn towards where you hear Cassandra's voice just in time. It does see, like, the end of, like, the silvery and violet plating of her boots blur up into the air. She uses jump to go land on a roof somewhere else on the ship.
Hello! Get back here! I need science!
I need science. That's a sentence.
Sorry, gotta work on my tan.
Well,
You're gonna get sunburned. If you do, let me know so I can come save you. My new super awesome magic.
meanwhile, Aeon floats in. What's the matter, Rosa?
Big sis jumped away and won't help me with science.
Oh, she always works on her tan when we can. She likes the sunlight.
Yeah, and yet she seemed to only really like the sunlight when I needed the guinea pig.
I have a rat.
But that one had Skittles. I don't know if it works. But Skittles might be a bit fragile.
But you said you need a guinea pig.
It's a figure of speech.
Okay.
I just imagine seeing just a blank look of non-understanding on his face.
Pretty much, yeah.
Goopa.
Just is, if any of us get hurt again and, you know, are on the ground dying and stuff, I can bring them back, because I'm awesome.
Okay. How do you do that?
With sparkly magic fingers, I cast a spell. It's called Life, it's in this book. I would go into details, but you'd probably fall asleep.
So one of us has to die in order for you to do it?
Not die, just be like the teeniest moment away from it.
Aeon's just gonna slowly flap his wings backwards.
Well, that's good to know.
Just Homer Simpsoning into the bush.
Yes,
Well-
yes, exactly.
Well, since Cassandra has, you know, hopped away like a stupid person, you wanna help?
With that note, he's going to just cry and run away. I don't want to die!
You are dying!
Wait, who's dying?
No one wants to help me with my spell.
Ah.
Fine. I suppose I could wait till one of us is beaten into unconsciousness in a natural environment.
Oh, the voice.
I don't want to die! I was not expecting this session to open with that, but I'm not complaining. Damn, you just went for it. Shit.
It's like close to death. Nope. I'm not interested.
Baldman, listen. I need you to almost kill me. Almost kill you. Yes. And there will be no repercussions for this. I will not punch you. Oddly specific.
Betty Eskin, I just figured out a new spell. It's white magic, life. It's good life. Basically, someone they're dead, I can go poof, there, they're not dead.
That's quite handy to have.
Similar to the enchantment that's woven into my chain, but you know, I kind of extrapolate from that to put it into a more outward form because, you know, trial and error makes amazing things. Or something.
Suppose it does.
Would you like to make a guinea pig?
From my past experiences with magic, no.
Aww.
Sorry. I am not the guinea pig you're looking for, as you would put it.
Fine.
What? You look
Well,
back and
hi,
you see,
Tyr.
You look back over your shoulder and you see a dripping wet, slightly shivering Tiamat currently clinging to the rail of the ship with just this flapping regular fish stuck in his mouth.
Ew, you've been hunting.
He spits the fish out onto the deck. What's this about a guinea pig?
Oh, I just need someone to nearly die so I can bring them back from the brink.
Okay, bye. And he dives back into the water.
Nobody wants to do this.
Nobody wants to let you almost kill them.
The trick is not to say you nearly killed them just for it to work.
You wouldn't let them go all the way. That would defeat the point of the spell.
Yeah, but you literally give them a heads up. Oh, I have something to do. Goodbye.
Of course I'm giving a heads up. It's kind of rude if I go up and nearly kill someone without their permission.
Wow. This is an opening.
Definitely not what I was expecting to hear from your mouth, Rosa.
I don't want to die.
Die!
It's beautiful.
Nakai not gonna make any comments, so is she gonna be the guinea pig?
Alright, he's typing in chat.
Nope.
People won't leave. Oh,
Oh,
no.
okay.
You're
just
not
say
currently
Kai's.
muted.
We'll just say Kai's asleep or she's somewhere getting coffee.
She's below deck still getting coffee, yeah. She
You
knows
just
that
see-
Kyan is aware that you people can get kind of crazy in the mornings, and she is not currently in the mood to just deal with that, I would
You can
guess.
see Rosa kind of go, maybe kayak. No, she'd kick me in the chins.
As you say that, your eyes slowly wander to the flopping fish on the deck.
Oh no.
Perfect!
Oh no.
I don't have to ask permission, I can just kill it.
Well,
I'm gonna eat it
No,
later,
she's-
so who cares?
so what's the condition of the fish right now?
It is frantically trying to breathe and not succeeding. Just kind of flopping ineffectually on the deck. There's like a nearby sailor looks over at it. Is that supposed to be there?
Give it a moment. She's gonna wait for it to lose consciousness.
Takes about
Okay, now I'm here.
takes a little bit, but finally the fish suffocates into unconsciousness.
Life.
And the fish comes back at 1 hit point and resumes flopping and trying to breathe ineffectually for about 8 seconds and then
No,
passes out again.
give it give a second. When it starts flopping ineffectually, before it falls second, ha, perfect. Good fish. Here's your reward, and she's gonna put it back into the sea.
Okay, you pick the fish up, you squeeze it a couple times to make sure that like any oxygen that got into its body comes out, and it just kind of, burping it basically, and you toss it back into the water. It's a thing you actually have to do with fish. If they come up above water for too long and you try to just put them straight back, they might not be able to swim down because they have too much air in their body. You kind of have to squeeze them to make them burp it out.
Yeah, she puts the fish back. Like, see, I'm helping. As delicious as that fish might have been, it was my ever so helpful helper, so I think it deserves a reward. That being life. Name of the spell.
That fish just had the weirdest fucking day. First it gets captured by a dragon slithering through the ocean like a snake. Then it suffocates half to death on the deck of a ship. Then it gets brought back to life, and then it gets thrown back. All without any context. All of this just happens to it one day. It's gonna have the craziest story to tell its friends.
Hey,
I'm telling you, dude, I died.
So does Kai come into the next, and she's just like, "Holy coffee."
We'll say that Kayana comes up on deck just as Rosa's tossing the fish back.
He's like, "Okay, now what did I miss?"
Oh, hi, Kai. I learned a new spell. I can bring people back from the dead, nearly.
Huh?
I can see her just like trying to like go in to drink her coffee while she's explaining, and she's like, huh?
Huh?
Well, you see, I got this spell called Life. It's, big, super advanced, super awesome white magic. Technically green magic, because I'm taking it from nature rather than my own soul, but and it can bring people back from the very brink of death, and no one here wants to nearly die for my science, so I did it on a fish.
Let's just hope that fish has a better second life.
Hold on. I can't. Okay. Anyway. Okay, repeat what you just said because there was like a.
Basically, Rosa just said how she has this super awesome new magic. No one here wanted to nearly die to be her guinea pig to use the new magic, so she did it on a fish.
Understandable. Glad you didn't do it to me, because then I would have kicked you in the shin.
I knew it. Great trying to catch it. But see, nothing to worry about. I've totally got this.
Be sure
Keep
to
all of your health concern. Well, I can only practice if you all nearly die, and you probably shouldn't do that because that would be bad. Unless I'm doing it, because I'm science.
There's just a bunch of blank looks staring at you from the sailors working, just like, are we dealing with a psychopath? Do we have a psycho on our ship? Should we throw her overboard?
She's oblivious.
We love an oblivious.
She's in full science mode.
We can tell. All right. And with that,
And apparently choking on her drink.
That's the good person controlling it.
well, regardless, any other interactions we want to have happen today?
Well, I suppose before Canara wanders off. Well, it was quite impressive to see what your new spell is capable of. However,
I know, right?
Yeah. However, at some point, I feel it is time for a bit of a meeting between all of us. I have some unfortunate news that you all should know. You know the incident Lupin named Corvo? He's
Oh yeah, I
escaped.
remember him. You're right, that is sucky news, because I gagged him with a vine, he's probably really mad about that.
Yeah. Thankfully, he did not kill the guard while he escaped, but just knocked him out. However, his whereabouts is unknown, and whether he would go all the way back to Eclipsa or hunt us down, I am not sure. But I would probably go with the latter.
He'd probably go back to Eclipsa, right? Because if he's on his own, and I guess, was it his job to find you?
It was. So, logically, he would have to go back, unless he was expecting to bring my head back, or whatever he had in planned when he did find me.
So,
You back
If-
from above.
so can I just have Cassandra just like, is there like a rope or whatever that she can just like hang upside down, like right between them all of a sudden?
Oh
You're
my
not a
God.
ninja.
Sure, if you want to just like hook the backs of your knees over them, you can do that. If you really want to be a weirdo, I'll allow it.
Oh, like that one movie.
Like she just like immediately just like comes like shows up between them upside down and all of a sudden.
It just kind of like unfolds from the top of the screen, just.
So if he shows up again, do we get to kill him this time?
Oh,
I advise not. Knock him out and rough him up a bit, but kill is definitely not.
You see Rosa just like looking at Cassandra hanging upside down and just start batting at her braid. It's hanging.
Oh my god.
She just looks at you and is like, "What are you doing?"
So swingy.
you're practically a little cat How do I say cat toy?
I want Rosa's eyes to just be like the really big eyes, like the cat sees when they like see something.
You know, depending on what happens this session, that might be our thumbnail already.
Just Cassandra hanging upside down and Rosa just batting at her brain.
Like
Yep.
cat toy.
Oh my god. You got that,
Please
honey?
do.
Yeah, I mean, I would. Let's see how this episode goes first.
Yeah, there might be something more significant, but that would, if not,
be
that
one
would
of
be
them.
perfect. I do love it when we have the funny thumbnails. Anyways, carry on.
Especially that one thumbnail.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That-
exactly.
Yeah, Darkness just shared a picture of the really wide cat eyes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Mesmerized.
Rosa is just absentmindedly batting it.
Cassandra experiments and just starts swinging a little bit.
Oh no.
Oh,
Get back
God.
here.
It just keeps swinging back and forth.
Cassandra, I will grab it and I will put you down. You won't like it.
You're gonna get
Oh.
sick.
Pull my hair and I'll pull your tail.
Oh,
Bring it.
Break it up. No need to get in a little hissy fit.
Is that a pun?
But I'm
Kamar
still.
just looks down and smiles at you.
You just see Rose's eye twitch.
Is her tail?
Actually, without even-
Is her tail swishing?
Yes, of course. Her name swishes.
I want Aeon to have drums, and then he hits the drums with his like the little palm above his head.
You don't have drums,
I-
but you like find a barrel and you can just start drumming on that if you want.
No, I was just out of character. I was just saying
Ah.
he would be the one doing that.
Hold on. We don't
just
need to
by
imagine
just like
it.
having an eye twitch. Just
Yeah, there's
by
actually a
having an eye
soundboard for that.
twitch. Oh,
There
There
you
it
go.
Oh,
I forgot the soundboard.
Soundboards are so good.
What was that?
It's like a
was
bar
the
apple and it went down the throat.
Wait, what?
Tom broke him.
Don't.
Wait, what? What did I just throw?
I was taking a bite of an apple,
Joke, mate.
and then the badum-tis happened, and some of it went down the wrong way.
Ouch, I know that pain.
Tom, look, I know we've had our differences, so please do not kill him. Yet.
Yeah.
It can't be assassinated.
You
alright.
say yeah.
Please don't kill our friend / DM, please.
God,
That's
no, don't
beautiful.
die. Rosa can bring you back to life.
Please don't die.
God can be my guinea pig.
Back in
Oh.
character, please. Back in character, please.
Back in character. So,
Oh, I ran away. I'm not there.
Yep.
Cassandra is going to just swing back up and lay down on the mast.
Aw, swingy thing's gone.
Swingy thing's gone. You know, I never thought her braid would end up being Rosa's little cat toy.
It's a swingy
Not
thing.
die, but then you did that thing, and I was like, oh, yes, I see it. Funny.
You see it funny.
I feel
know,
like
you're really not helping.
I feel like Mika would in some ways be very endeared by Rosa, and in some ways mildly concerned.
Yeah.
I'd say of all the cat jokes that Thanatos made on Mika, you're not helping.
They're
Oh, no, yeah,
actually
Rosa's like,
justified
"Fuck
with
yourself."
Rosa.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like she is. Yeah, this is somehow the product of Nia Mika just makes a pure cat. But no.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Everyone.
Make you would smack you with a book and totally deny all those things. And along came Rosa, who pretty much debunks all that.
Who just embraces it.
It's 90% cat and 10% elf.
The cat
10%
genes are
elf
strong in
ability
this
to
one.
not get stuck in trees.
Are you
Cat
sure about
genes are
that?
strong in this one.
And-
Right, we're moving on.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
So, on how far on our journey do we have left, Almighty DM?
Well, I mean, you're at this point. I'd say you're about halfway there, maybe a little under halfway there, as this day passes you by. Next day rolls around. Ah, shit. Wrong thing. Boop. There we go. All right, now I'm going to move you about halfway along, and I need to do a roll.
Aeon also needs to know about the looping loose.
I imagine Cassandra probably gets Aeon up to speed on that. All right. Speaking of Cassandra,
And Cassandra did overhear it, that's why she swung down the first person.
yeah, I need Cassandra to roll me 1d6, please.
Oh no.
Random encounter time.
Cassandra, roll well or the braid is mine.
And don't touch my dice.
Oh, but it's so shiny and purple.
4.
4. All right. As you are sailing along, sort of in the sort of wide strait between the Magalarchy of Kumogo and the Mugakupa coast, about halfway through that day, it's already kind of a cloudy, overcast day. Cold, but warmer than it has been as you're starting to make your way south into warmer climes. But as you are sailing, about halfway through the day, looking ahead, you just see this heavy wall of fog just approaching. Thick and dense
Fog?
and obscuring.
Did you say fog?
Fog.
Aeon,
Yes.
it looks like we're going to need your wand for this to light the way.
Well, my what the what? Yeah.
Aeon is currently having a stroke. Please wait.
Rebooting Aeon.
I say just
It was a
squeak.
Woobamugo the whole time.
Error 404. Vocabulary not found.
Just squeeze the
Data
palm.
not
It's his
found.
reset button.
Kunara's like, hold on, gets a battery, puts it in him. Okay, we're good.
I fixed Aeon.
I'll bring up my wand. Will that help with the fog, Koopa?
Indeed it would.
Yay! Poof!
Bwah.
Yeah, normally bright lights aren't what you need for fog.
Wee.
Rest of us
Let
stay
him
on
have
guard.
this.
I don't have
Rest of
Just
us
swinging
must
it around.
remain on guard. We don't know what could be lying within the fog.
Speaking of fog, does this look like a naturally occurring sea fog?
Ask the captain.
You can make a nature check if you like.
I'm good at these, I am watcher.
You are a watcher. I mean, Fluffy's around, so
On deck. Yeah. Okay, not bad. So 13.
13?
Yep.
You know, it's weird. It looks unreasonably thick and not like it fits this particular environment, but it also doesn't necessarily feel totally out of place.
I guess Canal.
It's like it feels it feels like it belongs here and doesn't at the same time. It is strange.
I guess having Canal on guard duty is not too far-fetched. Speaking of which, may I roll a little awareness?
Sure, roll it.
And while you're doing that, Rosa is stepping forward to go, okay. Does this fog feel weird to anyone else? Like it, a sea fog, it feels like it should be here, but also you're getting that tingle up your spine like, oh, it's weird and magic and maybe slightly dangerous.
Did we talk to the captain about it?
My fur is standing on end. It's usually not a good sign. Also, I rolled a 15 on my awareness.
15. Okay, I will say that as the ship is starting to pass into the fog, there's a few, like, anxious murmurs sort of going up among some of the crew going about their work. You know, Hylas is calling out, "Steady on, lads, just a bit of mist, we'll be fine." But as you're looking out into it, Kunara, you're starting to spot something unusual. That confirms for you that this fog, if it was natural, it's being amplified by something else. After a few minutes, you start to see patches of fog that appear denser than what surrounds it. Only for a moment, out of the corner of your eye darts towards it and you see this, like, thicker patch of fog just withdraw and recede back into the veil.
Can I roll lore monsters?
You haven't been told about
Captain?
this yet. Ah!
There's something in the fog. Those denser parts that are moving. We have to be aware.
He scans
and
his
try to
eyes
avoid.
about. Any inkling what it is?
Can't make it out. Too dense from what I can see, but it seemed to moved great speed when we got near it. There might be more.
Alright. Alright, everyone, stick together, groups of 2 or 3, hands close to your weapons, but let's just keep going about our duties. Maybe whatever we're dealing with here won't be hostile if we don't antagonize it.
Have I read anything about magical creatures that produce fog, as like sirens, harpies, anything else like that?
Make a lore monsters check.
Can I do it too?
You may.
Yeah. And you see Rosa kind of get out a couple of tomes and start rooting through books, like, this and this, as I'm using natural know-it-all
13.
to amplify this.
Nice.
My new ability.
That sounds very handy. Ooh.
12.
12. Alright. Cassandra and Rosa, you are aware of certain varieties of creatures, ocean, wave-borne creatures, that can create thick fogs and mists to try and either throw off ships or disorient prey. It's not usually in the wheelhouse of sirens or harpies, however. Sirens lure in their prey with song, and harpies just stick closer to shorelines, much closer to land than you currently are, so it wouldn't be either of them. There are some other instances, certain varieties of corrupted spellcasters who make their homes in marshes or swamps, but again, you're too far away from land for that. And Sahagin are generally not so subtle or disorienting. They typically just rely on get in, hit them quick, and get out. And even then, the Sahagin don't occupy these waters. They're usually farther out or, most commonly, only ever found in Venata. So whatever this is, whatever you are encountering, you don't know what it is.
Ooh, is it a mist dragon?
I mean, that is a possibility, but you haven't... It's weird. Mist dragons, to your knowledge, Cassandra, and you would probably have at least a rudimentary education on this being a dragoon, mist dragons, generally speaking, linger in specific places. And when they manifest, it's as a result of an intrusion, and they only occupy small spaces, no larger than the crash site of a single ship, for example. This is a much larger area. Like, this is enough that when you were looking at it, it, like, encompassed, like, off from, like, horizon to horizon, almost. Or at least it was large enough that you couldn't, like, it was a very large area. Too large to be a mist dragon.
Aww.
Aeon pouts at you.
What?
No more dragons.
But they're made of mist. It'd be cool.
I already deal with my brother, the dragon. I don't want another.
Speaking of which,
I'm not gonna keep this one.
Tiamat comes swooping down and lands on the railing next to you at about this point. Right, okay, I can't see anything up there. I'm gonna stay on deck for now.
Maybe good,
Probably
because
wise.
yeah, this mist is being I think it's natural, but it's being amplified by something. We're using magic, and that kind of makes me think either something doesn't want to be found, or something's about to, attack us.
One of them.
Did you hear that?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, so it wasn't just the CM yawning. Okay, gotcha.
So there is something out there.
Captain,
Yep, I heard it.
I think we're in trouble.
We might be.
I'm
I'm going.
Stay together,
I'm
everyone.
sure it's fine.
I'm going to start casting shell on everyone.
All right. You go through the motions. You're using green wall.
Yep.
All right. You go through the motions. You sort of tap your hands on the deck, close your eyes, and almost use the hull of the ship like a satellite to send a pulse down into the ocean below and down to the seafloor. And a bunch of seaweeds and ocean mosses and corals respond with this pulse of energy that comes back up, and everyone on deck is encased in shimmering barriers of green light.
Can I do one thing? What after we're done?
You may.
Can I see if like the captain is like calm or nervous or anything like the sort? I don't want another incident of trickery with this trap.
Inquiry.
Thank you.
What do you think he's leading us into a trap?
I do not trust anyone anymore.
Aeon's trusting people is broken. Stupid
You
ninja.
don't blame us. We all were deceived by the one guy. I'm just being cautious.
Yeah, I hired a group of pirates and they're just taking us into fog.
Honey.
Everybody get popcorn.
Ten.
Oh, my heart is
All right,
They're
10.
taking us into
You see that?
and treasure.
the island is a staff shop. That's what they're taking us.
10.
All right, with a 10, looking sort of, just looking at the captain from a distance, you can see his eyes darting about, keeping a close watch on the fog and routinely also checking the deck of his ship. He does seem to be on edge, and like one hand is deliberately on one of the rungs of the wheel close to his cutlass to draw it at a moment's notice, so he does seem to be on edge and nervous, but he is keeping very good control of himself. His composure is remarkable.
Okay, well,
He's alert, he's nervous, but he's not finicky.
okay, that's fine. I can work with that, so he's fine.
Okay.
Hans. Trusting people is destroyed from one stupid ninja.
Nah.
Why is that scary?
Okay, you know, the
Sometimes-
really growly thing is starting to get old. You gonna come onto the ship or not? Ali oxen free.
Oh my god.
Don't antagonize it, whatever it is.
Is there any magic like I can sense or anything that's being used?
Finesse check.
Okay, I can work with that.
Finesse. The Moogle has the finesse.
And he rolls shit, 7.
Oh, God.
7. I mean, there's definitely something magic, but you can't really tell how strong or what flavor it is. It's just like, there's just a little tingle in your palm, but that's about it.
And
Strawberry.
we're being,
No,
Yeah.
it's not strawberry.
I can't figure out if we're being hunted or just being watched.
It is worth noting, Kunara, from that earlier 15 awareness you rolled, and everyone else, as you're moving along and making all these checks, you are all also starting to see the same sort of movement that Kunara spotted earlier. Shifting forms of denser fog, as if like clusters of fog are being collected and gathered closer to an otherwise invisible entity, like dust clouds pulled in by gravity, that just shift around in the fog, withdrawing when you go to look at them more directly.
Can I
Those
shoot a,
fog clouds.
can I just shoot a fireball over the side of the
Yeah.
ship into the fog?
Oh, wow. Right on.
It's,
You mean use
Just
fire
not.
breath?
Yes. Just
Uh,
over the side of the ship, not catching anything on fire.
Right, yeah, sure. You come up to the deck of the ship, breathe in deep, send out this gout of flame out into the fog, and you see more of these sort of silhouetted shapes scattering away from the flames. And the fog around you sort of almost seems to shudder a bit.
It felt like fire.
So either these things are surprised I did something, or they don't like fire.
Cassandra,
What?
I thought I told you to think before you act.
Look, this thing is just hovering around us. Maybe I scared it off.
Or
Can I tell
anger
whether these
it.
fog clouds are actually like stalking us or kind of just watching us?
You can make an inquiry check. That's going to be a very high DC. 'Cause he's
Oh no.
well outside your
Yeah,
field of
okay, well then.
expertise.
Get that critical success. Come on, Tom.
I doubt it somehow. No, 5.
5?
5? Oh god.
Yeah.
You have no fucking clue.
The cat is clueless. So,
And as the ship is sailing along for a little while longer, you keep seeing these little fog cloud shapes.
I will also
shooting
say
by.
that since combat hasn't been initiated yet, I'm making sure that if I feel shell waning, I'm renewing it.
Right.
Question. Are they
Yes?
also keeping away from, like, the light from Aeon's wand?
Doesn't seem like it. Like, they don't seem to be reacting to that in particular.
No.
Let's see.
should I breathe more fire at them?
Are you?
You
I
want to
think I
burn
like
out your
torch.
throat?
Kunara,
What?
Maybe
Gone
they're
for miles.
Darkness.
Oh.
Roll me 1d6, please.
Oh boy.
roll well.
Sandy.
There comes cracking.
Honey.
6.
6.
What?
All right. Give me a moment.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Turns out 6 was the worst possible option. You wanted 1.
Possibly.
50. Okay, what?
Um.
That's many d20s. They just rolled.
Yeah, the total add up doesn't matter. I just needed to roll a bunch of d20s at once and pick the highest one. All right. The 19 takes it. So, Kunara, you've been sailing through this fog for about an hour, the ship being routinely sort of like your progress is not being halted. You're not being slowed at all by this fog, though the crew is definitely becoming increasingly antsy and on edge as you're going. You can, like, everyone's getting increasingly tense, eyes darting around. Every so often, the weird whistling whisper sounds echo through the fog beyond, and some say it will jump or twitch. Some of them are starting to mutter, like, are we being haunted? And things like that. And after a while, after about an hour of sailing through this fog, you're sort of walking along the railing, keeping your eyes out, a hand not terribly far away from the hilt of your sword, when one of these foggy shapes comes up over the deck of the ship, right in front of you. It's not moving quickly, just slowly drifting up.
There's... Everyone, don't overreact. There's one right in front of me. Coming onto the ship.
Can I?
Yeah.
Now that they're a bit close, can I make out what the words are?
That kind of
I'm
creeped
trying
me
to say.
out.
Thank
I trying to make out what they're saying.
Make an awareness check.
Okay, not gonna lie, that kind of creeped me out.
Technically,
Do I do
Tyr
it
is
as well,
here, so
or
you get an
no?
extra d6 on that.
Oh, I do. Haha. Excellent.
Should I roll?
Holy shit! Okay, that would be 16, 19.
Never mind,
19.
I figured
Goddamn.
so.
All right. Well, with that 19, you're able to determine that whatever sounds these things are making, if it is a language, it is no language you have ever heard before. But part of you is starting to suspect it's not a language.
Can I ask with that 19? Can I estimate the kind of tone it's conveying?
It sounds almost like just breathing. Like the sort of slightly
Okay.
labored breathing that comes with after a long, hard day of marching on the road.
Ah. It's not. Oh, it's not. It's not actually whispering. It's just breathing. That's breathing.
The foggy form sort of drifts up a little closer to you, Kunara, sort of almost like it's face to face with you. Just this weird, swirling, dense mass of gas. You do see little tendrils of the fog sort of licking out of it in places, almost like amorphous tentacles before they withdraw back into the fog.
Don't let it touch you, maybe, if you don't know what it does.
Not planning
My-
to, but I wish not to anger it either.
Maybe it wants a
On that
friend.
note, you clearly appear to be an intelligent creature of such. If you can understand me, at least. We mean you no harm, we just merely want to travel through. Get to our destination.
It begins to just drift past you.
I'm taking the direction.
Just looks to just kind of be exploring the deck of the ship. Several crew members sort of scatter around it as it's passing by. What the hell is that thing?
Captain.
Calm.
Any old sea shanties about weird fog ghosts?
Nothing like this, nope.
Not gonna lie, I got a chill down my spine.
Can I go up to
Just
it?
a theory, but it appears to be curious more than anything.
Aeon doing?
I want to go up to it.
Okay, Aeon, you go fluttering up to it.
Hi.
Careful,
Misery.
Aeon.
Does it react to me, or is it just still moving around?
It's still moving, but you get the impression you have its attention. It kind of slows a bit when you greet it.
My name's Aeon. Do you need anything off the ship, Koopa?
One of those little foggy tendrils sort of comes out of the mass and reaches slowly toward you.
Careful, Aeon.
Do you want me to help you?
Reaches his paw out.
Oh no.
The tendril of fog reaches your paw and just sort of molds over it like any cloud of moisture would when coming into contact with a physical form. Just molds around it. Almost immediately, little beads of moisture start forming on your paw pads and in your fur, and your paw is immediately damp.
You're really sweaty.
I already laughed.
Then it just kind of withdraws the tendril, sort of parts around you as it keeps exploring. The two halves of its
Well,
shape
that's-
rejoining on the other side.
That's a positive sign. Aeon, you might have made a friend.
I'm gonna name him Smokey.
Smoke.
Oh no, so you're gonna join Aeon's menagerie.
Alright, I'm sorry.
I don't know how you're gonna keep this one.
The foggy form sort of wanders up the steps towards where Hylos is manning the wheel. He keeps his eyes firmly on it as it drifts around him a few times.
Maybe it's some kind of elemental.
Or it could be a ghost.
I mean, that undead is possible, but undead typically have a aura to them that I'm not really getting from this thing.
Then
Seems
perhaps
more
I'm
water-based
correct,
than necrotic.
Then perhaps I am correct. It's more curious than threatening.
Still kind of creepy though.
After a few seconds, the fog form sort of drifts a little closer to the captain, to sort of like almost as if coming face to face with him like it did with Kunara a bit ago. He doesn't say anything. And the foggy form wanders off and just spills over the back rail of the ship and vanishes back into the veil beyond.
Bye, Smokey.
Aw, Smokey's gone.
The other
Like,
shadowy
Rosa goes up to the back of the ship and just starts waving after him. Bye.
and the other misty forms continue to circle around the ship for the next hour or so before finally you pass by and the fog begins to lift. And the weird, ominous whispering that was accompanying it fades away. And once the ship is clear of the fog and you look back over the back deck again just to sort of see it parting, you blink as you realize it is gone.
Wait, the fog is gone.
As soon as you clear it and then you look back towards it, it's as if it was never even there.
Actually, quite. They're just curious about us. There's definitely some kind of water elemental, but also mixed with, rather than just being arrow water, kind of half vaporized into mist, which is unusual for an elemental. So, curious.
You
Rosa?
touched my paw.
You did? It's wet.
Rosa, where'd they go?
Home, probably.
The fog's gone.
I think they were the fog.
So, what, they just poofed?
There's a left.
Clearly magical beings that can harness the density of a fog to seal their form, whatever it may be.
I think it was looking for something.
I think it was just curious. I'm very glad that someone didn't set it on fire.
What? They were
This
being...
proves my point. Think before you act.
What about me? I
Think of
went
us
up
as
to
friends.
it.
You made a
Yes.
friend. Much more helpful.
No!
Excuse me.
Wow.
Oh, just brutal.
I
The
will
one
admit,
that's actually.
Brutal honesty from Rosa.
I will admit you did make me concerned getting close to it, Aeon, but
Even I was.
at least it
I was
proves...
just staring at it the whole time. I didn't even move.
I mean, it wasn't even whispering, it was just breathing.
At least
You
it proves the
think?
theory that it was just curious and doesn't
So,
mean any harm.
To us, it probably thought we were creepy, especially Cassandra.
Damn.
I am very fond of that encounter.
How's the captain doing?
Like, after a little while, after clearing the fog, he lets out a heavy sigh of relief. Everyone alright? No one feeling at all weird or sickly or oddly possessed? Oh, I think I'm
My
fine.
hand's wet.
You should probably take a towel to that.
I think they were friendly and just curious. It's a very good thing we didn't provoke them.
Well, either way, curious or not, I think I'd rather not bump into them again. 'Cause, not gonna lie, that was extremely unsettling, and I've seen my fair share of shit out on these waters. That was new.
I wouldn't mind running into Smokey again. See, what exactly makes him tick?
You're. This is. If you hear Diana just say, you're tempting fate right there.
I am a scientist. I always tempt fate.
Yet you gotta be careful as a scientist.
I am careful. I'm also professionally curious.
So is that why
I have
scientists
to agree
usually...
with Kayana.
So is that why scientists usually ends up batshit crazy?
I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Yet.
I am.
The siblings just both just say yet.
The siblings speak alike.
She rolls her eyes.
Just. You can hear kind of saying, sure.
Well, regardless. With that encounter thus resolved, unless there are any other roleplay interactions you guys want to have, then this day will come to an end.
Nope.
Nope.
Besides, if I'm this crazy, it's because you'd made me so. I would not have had the confidence to do that a few months ago. This is your fault.
He's growling.
The only people that drive not
Sarcasm.
Kunara.
Well,
Say,
it's breaking up.
hold on.
Ah.
So when it's a technical issue for Kai, who fixes that?
Aeon.
I fix it myself.
Seems logical.
With the help of Vidi.
Betty fixes her.
Yeah, when she's trying to going nuts. Anyway, just saying, as I was not the
Oh dear.
Ow.
All right. So,
Ow!
Ah.
Oh my
Technical
god,
issues
Betty.
on her end.
all right. So, after over the course of the next 6 days, you continue to sail along, enjoying fair weather and no other strange or hostile encounters. You cut across out of the strait between the Moggalarchy and the mainland and come out into the Grand Gateway Bay. And as you're sailing through, it becomes a routine occurrence to see other ships crisscrossing and sailing this way and that, even out in open water. It is easy to tell from the various styles of the vessels and their color palettes and the various flags they're flying that this is the hub of pretty much all maritime commerce on Fenora, and is the primary entrance point for most of the other continents to sell their goods to the continent at large. You can see ships sailing in with the draconic motifs of Venata, of like Drantakir and such. You can see the other strange sort of desert-themed vessels adorned with sphinxes and colorful sails commonplace in the of Mikios over in Mistella. And of course the various types of naval vessels native to Fenora, from Vetayan to Mikatayan to Lepenian and everything in between, just crisscrossing. You run across more than one just about every day of sailing.
Do we see any flying from the Garlean domain?
You do see the occasional ship from the Galerion domain, yes.
Yeah, Cassandra just making sure to stay out of sight of those.
But regardless, it is on after several days of being out at sea, well over 11 days, that at long last you spot the city of Zulvane coming up in the distance. And it is quite the sight to behold. For Cassandra and Aeon, it bears a slight degree of resemblance to the city of Garlat in terms of its style, having once been part of the old Vetayan Empire before that fell apart, and being of such relatively close proximity. You can see the rising sort of architecture of the city down at the pier. There are these dozens of almost prongs, like the tip of a fork, serving as the piers and docks for potentially dozens of naval vessels, sticking out into the water, and rising up beyond it, increasingly high as it follows up the slopes of the shore. You see several tiers of walls spiraling and corkscrewing around elaborate street paths, stone brickwork buildings with colorful roof tiles and that vaguely Asian-inspired Elven architecture, beautiful arches and sloping patterns in various places, and you cannot make out the distinct silhouettes of a wide assortment of arcane and magic schools and universities scattered along the higher districts even from here. As back during the days of the Old Empire, anyone with more than a passing interest in history would know this, Zulvane was more or less the Old Empire's equivalent to the Academy City way back when. Hence why that province, now state, is named Economo, Arcane. Zulvane was for the longest of time the old Vitaean Empire's hub of magical learning. Now it is the capital of one of its confederate states. And it shows, between all of the naval traffic coming in and out. It is a slightly rainy day as you're pulling into port, but you're not too bothered by it. It is still the cool of winter, but not nearly so cold as it was up north. The temperature is chilly but manageable. And the city is bustling with activity as you step off the gangplank of the Core Wind and onto the docks. And as you're stepping off, the captain of the Core Wind, Hilo, sort of looks past you all. Right, I suppose this is where we part ways then.
So. Thanks for the ride, Captain.
It was my pleasure. Honestly, half of me was thinking we might wind up getting attacked by pirates or something and I'd get to see you all use those weapons of yours, but you can't have everything.
I was kind of hoping for a little action myself.
Well,
Honestly, with that fog back there, I was hoping for a mist dragon.
if it were a mist dragon, that would have been a little above my pay grade. We would have been booking it from that.
Aww.
Hey, lass, I'm a sailor and I'm a merchant. I ain't no warrior of light.
She smiles at that and is just like, well, fair winds to you there, Captain.
And you. Then he looks over down the deck and suddenly just stands bolt upright. Hey! Hey, what the fuck do you think you're doing, Tabitha? That's not where that box goes! And he goes running over and you lose sight of him as he starts having some loudmouth discourse with a woman named Tabitha who you had no interactions with all journey long.
So, did they unload our cart and our chocobo?
Yep, Fluffy and your wagon have been unloaded.
Neat.
As we're unloading, I think Fluffy would most certainly notice that Rosa's definitely a lot quieter as you're stepping off the gangplank and kind of like holding her hands behind her back, kind of just twiddling her fingers and using a boot to scuff the ground a little bit. I was looking around.
Does everybody else see this? Like you saying, like you lagging behind, or like?
She's with you, but you notice how her body language is a bit more probably a bit more reminiscent of the Rosa you met back in Marasu.
Rosa.
Are you nervous?
Huh? Sorry, what was that?
Alright, what's the deal?
No,
Very nervous.
nothing's the deal. I'm just currently standing on the dock of the nation of my birth, where bad things happened and...
As I thought, you do have a lot going through your mind. Even more when we first met you.
I mean, technically the place of your birth is a little more southwest.
Well,
but...
the capital city of Vetay, but this is Vetay is one of the states. This is the nation, but, you know. Right country, wrong city, but you get the point.
she just kind of moves behind her and kind of just points her head at like all like the magic learning places and all. Just look, Rosa. Magic. Elf magic.
Yeah, that's cool, I guess.
Come on, you can't be a little excited to see all this new, different stuff? Come on.
A little, I guess.
Think of all the new studies you'd be able to do in this place. Come into its light, its wildlife, probably new forms of magic, advancements, the list goes on, whatever that mind is curious for.
I
Might even
see
find
what
some
you
new-
guys are trying to do, and I appreciate it. But right now I'm looking at this place and I'm thinking about my parents and me and Forgol.
Cassandra
I see.
wraps her arms around her from behind, like, we'll keep you safe.
Well,
Okay?
What's Kanara saying?
so. Clearly you have many questions and answers you want to know. Well, who knows? Perhaps there's a few tomes or books here that might be able to help with that.
I don't think that's gonna help as much as books are incredible, but I don't know, I was really excited to finally come to Vetay, and now I'm here, it's kind of like jelly. Really rancid, falling apart jelly.
Cassandra just pulls her close. We're right here with you, okay?
Okay. Sorry, it's just, you know.
Trust me, how close this place looks to home, I'm getting butterflies too.
I was actually feeling kind of better recently, but now I'm kind of all tangled again. All of yarn that won't come undone, the stupid things.
I know mine won't hold much weight, but I feel uncomfortable exploring new places.
It's not that it's new, it's that it's old, if that makes sense. I mean, last time I was here, my parents were brutally murdered, and the only memory I have of it is him, somehow.
Hence why I said it will really hold less weight.
Part of me is really excited, and part of me is having some sort of weird alarm bells going off in my head. Like, danger, danger, don't be here.
Sounds like me every time I'm out and about. Worried that every forest or new forsaken land, I have no idea. Though there's those who want me, well, dead, essentially.
Sure, it's quite the same, but thanks anyway, I guess.
You're
This one-
welcome. And don't worry. I'm sure you feel like yourself in time. Just don't overpush yourself. We're here.
What was Cassandra saying?
Cassandra just starts petting your head in a calming, soothing way.
That feels far nicer than it should. I hate this, and yet you're a weird human.
And coming from the Mithra elf Hyren,
Well,
she picks you up and throws you over her shoulder.
Ah! No!
Give me 1 second.
What is this?
Getting you out of your funk. Now let's get you up to the cart and let's get on the way. We've got to go to Vetay. What do you say, eh?
This is not how I want to cross the finish line!
This isn't the finish line. This is the starting line.
This is the starting line with Rosa. We're basically near the finishing line.
No. It's still quite a ways. We gotta get to Vetay so you see your dear old granny.
God help me!
What do you mean? She's helping you, Koopa.
He's helping in a Cassandra way. They don't help.
And are you thinking about all the things that made your stomach go all queasy anymore?
Yes, and I'm even more queasy because my head is bobbing and.
Here's the question: do you want the Cassandra way, or do you want my way?
This is two bad choices, and I do not appreciate this.
And it's best you don't include me. I was thinking about the same thing of carrying you.
You're all horrible people, and I love you all.
And you're our adorable little kitten, and we love you too.
I'm not adorable. You just stop blushing and just quietly accepting her fate.
Looks from Cassandra just like holding her over her shoulder.
I thought you were like doing like a princess carry.
No, like over the shoulder kind of thing.
That's why Rosa was feeling more queasy.
Wait, Cassandra, you're holding her wrong.
What do you mean?
You're holding her like you just kidnapped her.
I have been kidnapped.
I mean,
You kidnapped me from my home city and took me on an adventure, and now you're kidnapping me again.
Exactly.
Actually, you volunteered.
This is great.
May I remind you, little Missy, you volunteered you wanted to go out in the big world and on adventuring.
I volunteered kidnapping. It's still technically a kidnapping. Now put me down.
No, not until we're at the car.
Fluffy!
Oh no.
Just kind of sniffing at your hair while you're slung over Cassandra's shoulder.
You're not supposed to be enjoying this. You're supposed to be on my side.
Just sort of nuzzles you.
I am not adorable.
Your
Traitor.
clustering says otherwise.
Traitor.
Traitor.
And so does your tail, as it twists.
Starts preening your hair.
You're lucky you're adorable.
We love you.
You know, hearing that from Cleander is both surprising and endearing.
And as we make it to the cart, Cassandra throws her over her shoulder and right into the driver's seat.
That's what. Ow. Bye.
You could have been more gentle, Cassandra.
I could have. But now she's not thinking about how nervous she is.
I'm thinking about how nervous it is and how I'm going to start tugging at your braid again.
Fluffy comes around to you, Cassandra, and just lightly pecks you in the forehead.
That's more like a good girl.
And then Fluffy
There's a
Fluffy dutifully marches around to the driver to the position to get hitched up.
Alright, fine. I guess we're gonna go see Grandma Nee and, my grandmother, who I've not met my entire life and always wanted to meet. Warrior of Light. Are we leaving yet? Okay, let's go.
Rosa, deep breath.
I'm fine, let's go.
You seem fine.
Still, remember Anna's teachings. Deep breaths.
Diana's teachings. You make her sound like a holy figure.
Behold the holy potato.
She makes people holy. And she makes other people holy, so you know.
Bruh.
You broke the dam.
All right, back to it. It's been a while since I've done that.
It's been a while since Tom made a good pun like that.
Fantastic.
Right. Is there anything anyone wants to do in this city while you're here?
How broke
Good point.
How are our supplies looking as well?
Well, money-wise, you've got just shy of 1,000 to gill.
Everybody check your inventories and see if we need to stock up on anything.
I have 3 potions, 5 ethers, 1 licks, 1 phoenix down plus the life spell, the Chronicles of Eno, a book on Hildebrand Underville, and my homemade bow.
Okay, so let's have a look. I have 1 maiden's kiss, 3 potions, 2 antidotes, 2 eye drops, 2 smoke bombs. I also have 2 other. I can't pronounce that for the life of me.
Excuse you.
Also,
Thank
I also have 1 crafting material and a tier 1 berry I still haven't used, and a few other stuff that I've already said.
Neat.
So yeah.
I think we should be probably good on supplies. I don't feel
I
like
have 1 ether, 2 antidote.
Any potions?
Nope.
actually maybe Aeon needs some resupply.
Kayana, any potions on you?
Let me look. I picked out the wrong tab. What the? I can just see Kai just looking through her freaking bag.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's 'cause I'm
Alright.
Kayana.
Alright, 5 potions, 3 antidotes, 3 ethers,
Any
and we got Viddy.
How about? Well,
So
we don't
really-
have any high potions either for emergencies. How about 1 high potion and 2 or 3 potions for Aeon? Rosa take the high potion because medic.
And probably 2 ethers for Aeon too.
2 ethers, yeah. Well, let's round it up to say 3 potions, 2 ethers for Aeon. That's 100 gil and 200 gil on a high potion for Rosa.
So
300 in all.
300. That'll
How
work.
did I imagine just Rosa just mumbling all that?
Yeah.
She's doing the maths for all the gil
Just a
required in her head.
reminder, the iron crafting was that tier 4 thing, wasn't it? Or
Yeah, I think we lowered it to tier 3, didn't we?
Yeah, we lowered it to tier 3.
Because the DM realized he made a boo boo.
Think
oh,
I
so that's a tier-
let me see here.
I think we lowered it to tier 2 because I think that's what became.
No,
Sandra's
no.
armor.
Let me double check. Let me double check it real quick. I should have the
It was originally a tier 4 we picked up, I remember, and then
Yes.
the DM was very pouty
You
about
regretted
it.
it.
And then and then we turned it down to tier 3. Yes.
Okay, so I
I
won't
mean, I
be
think
using
3
that.
days.
I thought you already used it though, didn't you?
I'm pretty sure we used to.
No.
No,
But
look,
hold
we
off
still
on
have
that
it.
because
We made Cassandra some armor, I think.
Yeah.
Instead, we
Mhm.
still have the tier 3 component.
Yeah, which I believe Kanar was holding on to it because, you know,
Which we could
she
use.
put it to use when the time is right.
I say we make use of that when we get to Vetay.
Yeah, because the only
To
thing
the
I
tag,
really
rather.
was thinking is perhaps, I suppose for now, 1 potion. As for a tier 2 bow, I'll probably wait till we have more gear, to be honest.
Yeah, and maybe we could probably make a tier 3 piece of equipment of our choosing when we get to Vetay.
Hmm.
We're gonna have access to all of that.
All right.
I know it would cost half the price for the bow, but I'd rather not cut our gear in half either.
All right. Well. All right. So you spend a little while acquiring some items for the road, some restoratives for Aeon, a high potion for Rosa.
So
Yep, I'll
what
add
am I
that.
adding?
A potion for Kanara, which I just add that to my
That's an extra
sheet.
20. Aeon, we bought you 2 ethers and 3 normal potions.
3 potions and 2 more ethers, so I have 3 and 3. Got it.
So 1 times I potion.
All right. Following that bit of shopping, so I'd say you've got about half a day of travel left before dark. So if there's nothing else, you're just setting out.
Yeah, alright.
I got nothing.
All right.
I think we're all Rose is rather eager to make haste considering the ticking clock of unknown time.
All right. So you go ahead and you complete your shopping, and with a couple hours left before sundown, you set out,
5 days.
and you're able to make, I'd say, about 0.8 a day of travel out of Zulvane before it starts getting dark.
About a 5-day trip if we had cart.
The sun goes down as you're making your way across the terrain, and you are pleased to find that down here in this much warmer climb, while it is still cold outside, you are not dealing with the mountains of practical snow. When the sun sets, everything does get frosty and you can see your breath, and it's still cold as shit, but it's not so cold that there's any snowfall, and temperatures have been slowly climbing as you work your way through the month. You're no longer in the coldest part of the year, and the snows are... what snow is still on the ground around here is starting to melt, so... So you're finally seeing some fucking green again. It's a very nice change of pace. Now, you go ahead, you get yourselves tucked in for the night, for a night of rest. Let's see here. Watch rotation. Where did I
just to
leave
point out, we're all like on a grassy ground now.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so I need... All right, watch rotation. Rosa and Fluffy, you're up first. Awareness check, please.
Yeah, huh? Is Tyr currently awake or is he asleep?
Tyr is, he's currently awake. He'll be awake until Cassandra's watch is over, then he'll sleep with her.
Wow, that was awful. Okay, even with the extra dice, all twos. So 2, 4, 6, plus my awareness. 7, 8, 9.
9. You're still a little distracted with being in this region of the world from which you came, or close to at least. So you're not as attentive as you otherwise could be, but nothing stands out to you as ominous or threatening or out of sorts in the night. You are... your watch is uneventful.
Realize we get like an extra dice of awareness from Tyr, don't we?
Yep, Darkness, a little closer to your microphone, please. You're sounding really quiet.
So I had to turn down my microphone because of the background noise.
Mm.
But yeah, just realize we get an extra dice of awareness from Tyr, correct?
So long as he's awake.
When he's awake or he's around.
Yep.
Well,
Cassandra, you're up. Awareness.
Yeah.
I would have had an extra dice on that boat, but 15 is still
15.
good.
15. You are far more attentive. And as you're looking around, just sort of keeping watch, nothing molests your camp, nothing attacks you. It's an uneventful watch. Pretty much the only thing you notice are the occasional out-of-hour fluttering of birds here and there. Like, as you're just keeping watch, you just notice that occasionally there's some birds flying around and making noise that you wouldn't expect to be doing so at this hour, but you just chalk it up to maybe they got spooked by an owl or a fox or something. They quiet down after a while. Kayena, your watch.
Okay. I think it's
Awareness check, please.
really doing that. I need to open up my freaking thing. $14.
14. You pretty much notice the same things Cassandra did.
Ah.
Just a quiet night, nothing of note. Nothing attacks you. Aeon and Kuna, you're up.
Oh.
As of right now, Tiermouth is asleep, so you don't get the additional d6 from him.
Okie dokie. Very good. Oh, decent still though. That would be... Make sure my...
8.
8 from Aeon.
Seems to
Why
be
do
a
I
thing
get the
with
feeling that
Aeon.
Aeon has ADHD? You would, I'm just saying.
Aeon's Neros diverged a long time ago.
14.
14. Kuna picking up the slack. All right. It is a It is an uneventful watch as the light of dawn is slowly approaching. The slowly dissipating light of your campfire, its warmth retreating.
That night, Rosa made a new entry in her book, which she typically does anyway, but this is one I actually wrote.
Hmm. Alright, I'll deal with that in a while. For now, Aeon. Interestingly enough, you do notice something that Kunara doesn't.
I do.
Yep.
Oh.
As you're just sort of keeping watch around, observing your environment, as the first hints of the orange glow of dawnlight are starting to crest the distant horizon, you momentarily spot a little flicker of movement not far away from camp. And just feel a little tugging sensation toward it.
I think I saw something.
What is it, Aeon?
I don't know. I just think I saw something.
Where?
Kind of.
You said towards camp, right?
Away from camp.
Oh, away from camp. Okay.
Away from camp. This way.
Aeon, how about you hang on my head or shoulders or something? We'll go and investigate.
Okay. Do you need my light?
Sun's coming up, so is there plenty of light for us to see, or?
You can see well enough. Like you can
Okay.
see well enough, Kunara, because you're a wolf person.
Yeah.
And might
Don't
need
worry,
some
it'll
light,
be
but
fine.
shouldn't be too much of an issue.
My eyes shall guide us.
Yay.
And just in case, may I roll for stealth?
If you want.
Okay.
Not sure how stealthy you're gonna be if Aeon pops the poof, but you can roll it.
Well, if there's no need for it, I'm not gonna do it.
Poof, poof, poof.
Poof!
Disco party!
Ah,
Poof, 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 poof.
One off from a freaking quit as well. Poof party.
That is
Yeah, I'm one off from
letter
a
off from
crit.
something very
But
different.
still high.
What did you
Yeah,
get?
that would be 15.
15 for stealth. Damn good. All right.
Yeah, one off from a blimmin' quit though.
All right.
Oh well.
Regardless. So, Aeon, you get settled on top of Kunara's head, I believe.
Yes.
And Kunara, you start marching off into the surrounding environment, moving slow and quiet despite your heavy armor. As you're going, Aeon, you do spot the shape again. Sort of moving a bit, sort of out of your periphery, and then... We need to talk. And
Something going
Kunara,
on?
you did not hear that, or see that.
No, but here
You did hear
I
you
heard
did
her
hear Aeon go.
Aeon doing, huh?
Yeah.
And that's what she's paying attention at. Something wrong, Aeon?
I'm here if you want to talk.
Preferably in private.
Um, okay. Kuna,
Hmm?
could you wait here for a minute?
I suppose, but don't go too far.
No worries, I'll be right back, Koopa.
All right. So, Aeon, you flit up off of Kunara's head and you flit forward a little bit. And once you're a little distance away, the familiar presence sort of becomes aware to you.
Hey.
Oh,
Oh.
great.
Oh, there you are. For what I can see.
And I need you to follow me into the Hall of Whispers.
God
Oh,
damn
come
it.
on.
Konas, do a spy, please.
You can't do that. You can't just say, "Oh, here he is," and then it's okay. Now I'm just gonna take you to the hall.
I mean, Kanara is standing by, but she is a bit uneasy.
You
but-
can't do that.
Tell you what, Kunara, do you want to stay within earshot of Aeon?
Yeah, please.
Okay, I would like you've already rolled your stealth check, so that's good. What I want you to do is roll an awareness check. If it's high enough, I'll allow you to follow us into the Hall of Whispers as a listener.
Okie dokie.
And now
Look,
these
well,
sixes. How many dusty points?
Will Kunara be able to hear what Lou is saying?
Nope.
Nope.
Still, half the conversation, Aeon's position. Give us thy wolf senses.
Not a crit, but still pretty high. But hang on. How much
What's the
destiny have I got?
What's the current number?
The current number is awareness. You say?
Yes.
14.
That's pretty
Um,
good. How many destiny points do you have?
7. So I am tempted.
Add
can
one
go ahead and
maybe,
add if you
because
want.
I could see this bot saying, "Oh, the DC is 15." So
Yeah.
done it before.
Bye bye
I can
7.
still have
Hello
that one.
6.
We must know.
Plus, it's in Kanara's nature to watch out for everyone, I guess.
So you roll
Holy shit,
another
that's a
dice.
6. Okay.
Is it 6?
Yeah.
So that's 20.
All right. A 20 is sufficient.
What did he need to beat?
Tom was right. It was a 15 DC.
I know you too well.
And to be fair, even I was just gonna roll another dice anyway, so
We're good.
He doesn't want this to happen, so he's gonna make it a high DC. It's gonna be 15. Yep.
Thank you, Warrior, for having so much testing.
All right.
Yep.
Bye.
Look after
everyone.
Aeon, Wolf Mama.
Have fun with Lou,
Do my
honey.
best.
There we go. All right, Darkness, I'm going to set you to mute.
I can mute myself.
All right. So, Aeon, as you sort of spot, the indistinct silhouette at the edges of your vision that you know represents Kaolu talking to you, you immediately get the impression that his mood tonight is very different from last time you spoke. Aeon?
Yes. Bella. Get my words mixed up.
What's the matter?
Do you remember what we discussed the first time we talked to each other?
It's been a while. I don't know, there's a lot that we've discussed.
There is, yes. But prominent among them, I asked you to keep me a secret.
I guess I forgot with everything that's happened, and I'm not allowed to keep secrets anymore, unfortunately, Lou. We promised in our family that we have to be honest with each other.
I understand that. I do. But you need to understand that your friends won't understand me. Just like the Mughals of the Malgalarchy didn't.
But I don't know.
If they learn about me too soon, Aeon, or in the wrong circumstances, it could end in disaster for both of us.
But what if they can help? I'm not doing much anyways. I know Cassandra or even Kunara, they could probably do a lot more damage than I can do.
No. It can only be you.
Mm.
They mean well. I see that in them, but they operate in ignorance. And it is not within my power to educate them. And so they would act rashly, irrationally, and get us both hurt.
They wouldn't hurt me, and they won't hurt you if they know that you just need help.
They might not be meaning to, but that's what would happen. You and I, Aeon, we're linked. In a deeper way than I think I've been able to properly express.
So what do I do?
All I ask is that moving forward, you be more careful about what you let slip. All right?
But I can't lie.
Maybe
If
you don't
I
have
lie,
to.
It's gonna
You don't.
hurt them more.
Maybe you don't have. Maybe you can't lie. But you don't have to tell them everything either.
I think the only thing I told Sandra is that I was talking to you. I didn't think I said much else.
You didn't, and that's a good thing. But even so, there will be a time and a place for my name and my presence to be known. It's just not yet, and not here, and not now.
I mean, Sandra does want to meet you. She wants...
And she will, when the time is right. But please understand, this is a delicate situation. I'm not just trapped behind a wall of glass, only able to talk to you for moments at a time. My life is at risk every time we talk.
Should I just say that they will meet you at one point, and then we can figure out what to do from there?
I would rather you not say anything on the subject, but since it's already been brought to Cassandra's attention, if they press for it, then yes, that would be acceptable. But
Okay,
only
sure.
say what you must. I am asking for your confidence in this, Aeon.
I can. I'll do my best.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Lou. I didn't mean to make you mad. I don't want to lie to my family and friends, and I don't want to lie to you either.
I understand. It's not so much that I'm asking you to lie, I'm just asking you to time your truth.
I don't know how to time it. If they ask me something, I can't lie.
Well, you're a smart Moogle. I'm sure you'll think of something.
Mm-hmm.
Just
I'll
remember,
do my best.
Just remember, I'm counting on you. Okay?
What happens if this goes wrong? You said this will end up hurting me.
It's hard to say for certainty, but there's a reason we were shipped out together.
And I guess when we get to that place, I'll know that answer.
I suppose you could say that. But like I said, we're linked. We're tethered, you and I. And if that tether is broken, this is going to sound gross, but think of it like an umbilical cord combining two different children. And they depend on each other for it. If you cut that tether, they can't depend on each other anymore, and both suffer for it.
Koopa?
Let's just say that we're helping each other, even when we're not trying to.
Okay.
All right. I'll try not to stay hidden for too long, but your friends can't know about me until the time is right.
But I already told Sandra.
Well, with any luck, she'll be the only one.
I don't know about that, Lou. She's probably gonna talk to the others.
Well, like I said, you're a smart Moogle, and you'll think of something.
I don't like this feeling.
I don't like it either. If I could have my way, we would have met long ago, me and them. But I can't have my way. Not right now.
So, if they do ask, just say that there'll be a place and a time where they'll meet you.
I suppose that works. Yes. If you must.
Okay.
Then you hear that bird screech echoing off in the distance again. Ah, it's caught on. I need to go, Aeon.
Be safe, Lou, and I'll try my best.
You too. And the silhouette fades out from the corner of your eye. And with that, we can return to the others.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hi, we're talking about dragon succubus children.
Okay.
That's a concept that just jumped into.
God.
Yeah, we need to talk about the daughter.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, how was it?
How bad?
Oh boy. Well,
Oh,
I can't
no.
say yet because we're away from the party a bit.
So what happens now?
Well, that depends. Aeon, what you doing?
I guess heading back to Kunara.
All right.
Who does she find her? Does he find her listening in behind a rock or something?
Do I notice that?
Awareness check, though you'll have to beat Kunara's previous stealth check of 15 to spot.
Great. Yeah, because that's...
Aeon, play with the dice.
Play with the
Yeah!
dice. Don't see the wolf mama.
5.
Thank you, Aeon.
5. Okay. You're not really paying attention. You don't notice Kunara listening in. And you drift back to
Aeon
where
has
you
sabotaged
Aeon.
himself. This seems not right.
And you're not helping me.
Helping everyone else, though.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
This is like... Play dumb character must... He could play dumb character.
He's not dumb. He's naive.
Go on.
He's you know what my mom will say? He's just very special.
Play dumb character. Must play dumb character. He's dumb to me.
So,
You're so cute all the same.
so what does the Kuna do when the Aeon returns?
I should wait in for Aeon to return. And just keeping a watch over anything else, I guess. What Aeon would see when he emerges.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, Kuna. I hope I didn't make you wait too long.
Oh, he's Aeon. You find what you were looking for?
I did.
Hmm.
I don't feel really well.
Oh. Yeah. Well, let's head back to the camp and see if we could do anything for that for you.
I'd
Perhaps
appreciate
Rosa.
it.
Who knows? Rosa might have some tasty medicine or something.
Depends on the medicine.
Medicine doesn't normally taste good.
Roses does. They taste of raspberries.
There you go.
It better not be great.
No grape, no cherry.
Like Rosa has deliberately been buying flavored, like child brand flavored healing potions for Aeon's sake.
Oh god.
Or the cowpole of healing potions.
Alright.
All right, so you make your way back to camp.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Are we all still asleep?
At this point, like, some of you might be slowly beginning to stir, especially as you hear, like, the shuffling of Kunara returning.
Wake up, pups and kitten.
Like,
It's morning.
I'm awake.
like just sees like Kunara is like coming back. It's like call of nature.
In some ways.
You alright, Aeon? You don't look so good.
I don't feel that great.
And Cassandra immediately goes to
In sister mode.
big sister mode, runs over, and is he floating or is he like
No, he's floating.
immediately grabs him and holds him close? What's wrong?
My stomach feels weird.
Oh, I can have a check of that. Rosa starts full medic mode looking over him. Does anything appear physically wrong? Like she's checking his pulse, his stomach, all of it.
Healing
Oh,
check.
goodness gracious.
I told you she have something for you.
Like, just imagine like Cassandra holding him like a baby, and then Rosa just like pouring over him, just like checking every little bit.
Oh god,
Yeah.
personal space, people.
I am your doctor. Personal space means
Apparently-
nothing to me.
And I'm
Apparently
sister,
non-existent.
I know nothing of personal space.
Do I find anything?
Yeah, like
did you
Kai?
What am I rolling? I didn't hear what you told.
Healing check.
Yeah, personal space doesn't exist like when Kai had that incident.
Uh-huh.
6 and 4. And my healing is 1. I actually have winning right now. That's 11.
11. Everything seems fine. These are the cursory examination.
You seem alright. Have you had any sort of... with what we discussed before, with the shield around your soul that we detected before? Have you had any troubles with that? Anything new?
Koopa?
Remember that the shadow, the presence that we felt back in the Nomo, has been anything new with that?
Nothing's... Nothing's shield, no. I'm confused.
Cassandra gets a look.
Aeon, do you mind if I use my magic to have another look inside, like I did before, just to check up things and make sure everything's still okay?
I guess.
Okay, this will tingle ever so slightly. And I'm going to use Soul Touch.
All right. You reach your hand out. You start to probe in.
I like the roll. This concerns me.
Do me a favor and just roll 2d6, please.
This thing's gonna fucking zap me or something.
Get out of my space. Zap.
That's an 11.
An 11.
Back, kitty, back.
2d6.
Okay.
Yep.
Feeling through it for a minute, you do come across that that sort of encasement that Vise pointed out to you before, sort of just surrounding. It feels weird, though. Last time you detected it, it felt waning, but otherwise sturdy. It feels more fractured now, almost like it's vibrating and wobbling under its own weight, starting to strain and bend.
Okay. Anything else I see in there? Anything trying to stop my intrusion? Anything else that's new and noteworthy?
Make an awareness check.
Oh.
I guess I'm not getting tears help because I'm technically in a mind palace right now.
Yeah, no, he can't help with that.
Nope.
Alright, so that's 10.
10. You're not detecting anything.
Alright, I'm backing out for the moment.
I will say, though, there is only one other thing you notice with that awareness of 13. As you're starting to pull back, you just briefly get a sensation of blue eyes, just for a fraction of a second.
Eh.
Blue avian eyes looking back at you before you pull out.
Okay, that was...
Rosa, what's up, Rosa?
Okay. Open honesty, right, Aeon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, the case that Beast and I saw around Aeon's soul previously, it's fractured, wobbling like it's gonna break at any time. And I also saw a pair of glowing blue bird eyes.
Bird.
You saw the blue eyes?
I'm sorry, what?
You saw blue eyes, you said?
You've seen blue eyes?
Yeah, kind of.
Aeon, can you tell me what you've seen?
I thought it was more... I don't...
Take your time, sweetie.
No, I'm trying to figure out how to lead this character.
It's trying to just figure out how he would say it.
Mm-hmm.
There is some stuff going on.
You're really actually putting me in like a weird spot.
Well, you actually have to tell us things.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you're
That's
finally
the
asking
problem.
the right questions.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Tom's actually asking the nail on the head.
Oh,
So,
boy.
have you seen... so
Just
blue
repeat the
eyes...
question again.
So, Aeon, you just told me that you've seen blue eyes. Probably belonging to a big blue bird?
I don't really know what it is. It is bird-like and it has blue eyes, but I thought it was really kind of like a dream in a sense. I
What?
don't know.
What were you doing in these dreams? What happened?
I was trying to...
He kind of just hesitates for a minute.
Aeon,
Is
honesty.
this about... Cassandra just finally just, like, holds him closer. Is like, is this about Lou?
Blue?
He kind of just starts tearing up.
I don't know what to do.
Aeon,
I don't want to lie, but I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
Aeon, has someone been telling you to lie to us?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't told me to lie, Kubo. But I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't want to lie to him. I don't want to lie to you. I don't know what to do.
Why would you lie to him? Did you promise him something?
I was trying to help him.
Help him how?
Aeon, In these dreams, have you been breaking anything?
No. I haven't broken anything. I promise I haven't.
One thing at a time. I don't want to upset you, but
Aeon, roll me 1d100.
Oh, what?
oh, 100.
Roll. Okay.
D100.
Well, that's rolling. Rose finished what Rose was saying.
We don't want to upset you, but this sounds important.
26.
All right. As Aeon is visibly becoming increasingly distressed, everyone, you all notice the purple symbols and like markings along Aeon's body suddenly starting to glow and light up brighter.
Has Cassandra ever seen these do that?
Not unless Aeon was casting a spell.
Aeon, are you doing that?
I don't know what to do.
Aeon,
I want it to stop. I don't like this. I don't know what to do.
No,
There's a pulse of... There's this sudden outward pulse of purple and pink light from the symbols that washes over everyone in the party. And for everyone hit, there's no roll, no chance to resist it. For a moment, it feels like forever. Your senses all suddenly become scrambled and disoriented. And just this oppressive sensation of panic and fear and disorientation and confusion washes over all of you. You just find yourself, it's almost like having a horrible nightmare about trying to run away from something half remembered after you wake up, but feels like it lasts for an eternity in the moment. An indistinct, hazy murk of running and frantically screaming and crying out for help. And then suddenly you snap out of it and everyone has scattered. Like you are all just all over the place away from the camp.
Oh, lovely.
Coming out of
I'm
frantic-
immediately
Wait, away from the camp?
you just scattered. You were all just hit with the fear and confusion status effects.
I was gonna point
Rose is
out.
immediately running back.
I was gonna point out, but then this went poof as it's bound to do it. Kanar went in to essentially hug Aeon, and that happened. So
Yeah.
does that not happen or not?
No, you wound up running. The only one who's currently with Aeon after like a solid 24 seconds of just frantically running is Cassandra, because she was still holding Aeon. As you're all sort of coming out of it, like even Fluffy and T are bolted, and as you're coming out of it, you can detect and just see and hear just this cacophony of animal sounds and entire flocks of birds suddenly scattering from their trees, letting out these horrible wails as they flutter off into the sky.
Okay,
Who does not like being questioned?
Okay, time out a sec. So, let me see if I just remember everything. So, Cassandra's still holding him, but she's running with him still in her arms, or like...
Yeah, pretty much.
Cassandra! Kanara!
It's okay.
So, I guess they all, like, just try to find each other again?
Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard. It only lasted for like 24 seconds. So you
Fluffy, here, girl! Can I get... After, as we're all standing together, can I, walking through my head, trying to figure out, having just taken a blast at magic, can I kind of identify the kind of magic it was, what it might have come from? Like, does this feel like anything I would have studied at any point
lore
in my
magic.
nerd days? More magic.
Do you have it?
I don't, but I get +2 anyway.
You do?
Because I am a nerd, and I took an ability to make me more of a nerd.
He took natural know-all. He can add half of his nature bonus to all lore checks.
And Fluffy is right here, so I get more nature.
Well, damn.
12.
12. It felt like Aeon's magic. On the few occasions you've been on the receiving end of spells from Aeon, it felt just like that.
Only in this case, it very clearly wasn't him doing it. Like, he didn't... He was as surprised as the rest of us.
Yeah.
Okay, what's Aeon like? Cassandra is like still holding him like really close. Like, what's he doing? Is he just crying or like what's going on?
Shaking, crying, like pretty much on the brink of having a panic attack.
Yeah, she is holding him very close to her chest and not letting him go.
Aeon, are you okay?
Aeon.
What was that?
Lou, I think.
On. Take a deep breath.
Aeon?
It's
Heart.
okay. We're fine.
Heart.
Don't get upset.
She just like,
He strokes his head.
yeah, there's all kinds of love, just him just squeezing him right now.
I
Just,
just
like,
imagine
Group
Kai just
hug
holding
around
his hand.
Aeon.
like I imagine like Cassandra just like getting on her knees so that Kai and everybody else can just cuddle around him.
Group
Kai is
cuddle.
I think Kai would hold his hand.
Yeah.
Hold his little hand.
I feel so jealous. You all get to show affection to this Moogle. I have to play this crying thing when internally I want to hug this thing myself.
I will hug him
You
for you,
think?
man.
And you know what you can do? You can draw a picture of yourself hugging him.
I tried. I've had lots of ideas because he is literally my spirit
Spirit animal.
creature.
I can relate. Ganara's kind of mine, I guess.
I mean, it just so like Cassandra just like holds his head and just like
As we're doing this,
do we see like Cassandra just kind of like tries to just like make sense of everything. Is there like anything around, like a shadow or any kind of lingering anything?
Not that you can see.
Aeon, do you mind if I use Soul Touch again for a moment? I want to try and talk to Lou.
We said we wanted to meet him.
My
Fully
heart
talk.
is crying right now.
I think we want to understand why he just did that, and why he doesn't want us to know about him.
That's not it.
Okay,
He
what is it?
he does want to meet you, but he can't just. He said it's a certain place.
Certain place.
He can't meet you yet. I can't meet him yet.
But you can talk to him.
Kind of, yeah.
Aeon, is Lou trapped in anything?
Just trying to
The
figure out.
emotions are getting to her. She
No, it's
Give me your answers!
I know, I'm
Rosa,
Mhm.
Kanara,
perhaps we need to give him a bit of space.
let him answer this, please. I think I might have figured a few things out.
Well, right now he's in distress. We're not going to get anywhere in this state. Please, trust me. As Ganara puts her hand on your shoulder, Rosa, you see in her face there's a bit of concern and like a sort of face expression that she wants to tell you something.
Okay, Aeon. Do you want to tell us, or do you want to take a little bit?
He kind of just looks up with you.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I don't know.
Never mind what you were supposed to say. Just, what do you want?
I don't know. I wanna. I don't want to make anyone mad at me. I don't want to hurt anyone. I want to be honest, but I don't know what to do. I'm so confused.
Cassandra,
Literally, my heart is dying.
It's okay.
Cassandra, can you guys look after Aeon for a bit while I talk to Kanara?
Yeah, Cassandra is just like holding him, like just, just like pointing, like turning him away. Like she just like giving it the idea, like just give him. He needs.
As you're turning away, Rosa is going to whisper into your ear, just out of Aeon's ear range when he's with the state he's in, especially, and just go. I think lose the shadow.
Yeah, Kai is kind of holding Aeon's hand as well, just giving him reassurance.
Does Cassandra give any reaction to Rosa's words?
She gives you a sideways look, and then just goes immediately to just focus all of her attention on Aeon.
Rosa's going to walk towards Kanara.
That's the point that the only heard the conversation from Aeon's side, haven't I? Not the.
Yes, you only heard what Aeon said.
So for the sake of time, and not to mention I am tearing the fuck up, I'm gonna need to get a tissue before I get it all over my microphone. Do you want to sound up what Kanara has heard through Aeon? For the sake of brevity. Is that?
Basically, to summarize what Kunara heard, the basic summary is, like, you've put together that Aeon was probably talking to Lou, and just based on what Aeon was saying, you gather that Aeon said something or let something slip that he wasn't supposed to or was asked not to, and was being asked to keep something under wraps, and was feeling torn about it because of the promise with the rest of the group not to hide things from everyone anymore. And at more than one point said something along the lines of, "So if they ask if they can meet you, just say not yet," or something to that effect.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm good. And that's what I've heard from Aeon, but I did not hear the other voice, unfortunately.
All of a sudden, Lou is the shadow I saw and you felt with the barrel incident.
From what I can... I'm not sure if it means any malevolent intent, but...
Whatever Lou is, it's...
I do get a sense... I do get the sense it's trying to be somewhat concerned, like worried, from how Aeon was reacting.
I mean, when I saw it manifest, it did not give me good vibes originally. I mean, whatever it is, it's that prison we've seen inside Aeon's soul. It's inside it. Someone put it there, in him. There has to be a reason why it's the behind lock and key. And one of this bird is guarding it, I guess?
So, Aeon has two things going on inside him, is what you're saying.
Well, I think it's pretty clear that this entity seems to be where its powers come from, given by what Lou did to us earlier.
But the question is...
I mean, if Lou was so benevolent, why is it trying to hide its existence from the rest of us so vehemently and violently? If it was a friendly creature in a bad circumstance, why wouldn't it open itself up to Aeon's friends and trusted companions,
And
rather
from
than
what
getting
Aeon...
it to lie to us for it?
And what Aeon has mentioned needs the right time to reveal itself, like it's just waiting for its own prison to be broken, or
This prison
That's
is
the way she said.
breaking, and I'm really worried that it's been having Aeon do the breaking. With this dream thing that you mentioned.
does appear to be the case.
I don't
However,
know.
we're not 100% sure of how it works.
No, but Lou hasn't exactly given us much reason to trust him. And I'm just really worried that something really bad is inside Aeon and is manipulating him into doing something bad that's gonna hurt him and everyone else. That's why I want to talk to Lou, but he doesn't really want to be talked to, seems.
It appears so.
Which only makes me more suspicious.
You're not the only one. However, it's hard to say. It could be a malicious intent, or it could be something else entirely. And there's still the case of the bird. Is it truly a guardian, or is it another threat to worry about?
I don't know. I mean, there are lots of birds throughout, famous birds throughout history. The phoenixes are one example. I don't know if it's something to do with that. But it's more blue rather than flamey. But I've read a lot of stories, legends, and historical both about entities living inside people. It rarely ends well. Not usually good things. Even Pius, God's rest him, was, trying to kill everyone before they beat him up and made him a friend. So.
I wish I was more of an expert on this.
I wish I had an easy way to contact Grandma Panara. Maybe she could help, but she's off hunting Forgal, so. Maybe Grandma might know something about souls. I don't know.
Well,
I'm just worried about what this thing might do to Aeon physically and what it is doing to him mentally. Because.
I heard of the phrase, "Don't judge a book by its cover," but nothing along the lines of this entity.
Well, don't judge book by its cover is well and good. I mean, those fog entities, I think that's a good example of that. They look kind of spooky, but they're actually quite nice. Like, Stormy was a nice guy. But
exactly. They were intimidating, but they turned out to be
But they haven't kept themselves secret, told our friend to lie to us despite our promises, and then hit us all with a big spell that made us lose our minds.
Have you considered the fact there may be another reason?
Maybe. Yes.
What if in some way it's more than just it inheriting Aeon, but what if they are more connected to that? Say if one got hurt, the other gets hurt. So what would happen if one gets snuffed out?
I don't know. Same token, if this thing gets free and leaves him, what does that do to Aeon? Apparently all his magic seems to come from it.
Yes. That is true.
I mean, who
But at the moment,
who binds some kind of creature to a baby Moogle and sets him into the ocean?
truly a monster.
I don't know, Clara. Just so much.
Calm yourself, Rosa. We mustn't rush into this. We need time and perhaps...
I'm already being freaked out, and now Lou is the shadow, and
Well, you do have the right idea of trying to get in contact with it. Until it tells us what its true intent is, we will not know. But from the looks of it, it's not going to be willingly open out to us. Not even you. In some ways, I can relate. I certainly wasn't the most open one.
Well, if Lou is benevolent and nice and just in a bad position, then fine. Maybe we can help him. But if he is something dangerous than Cassandra, come on.
What you just witnessed, fear is a very powerful emotion. Clouds the mind.
I need to
Anything
look
it
into some
touches.
safeguards, though, I think. I'll think on it.
I'm sure you would. But in the meantime, it's probably best that we support Aeon and try not to push him to the breaking point. After all, if Lou is strong enough to do that with Aeon's magic, I wish not to find out what would happen if we push him way over the edge. Could even hurt Aeon in the process.
Doing nothing could hurt Aeon in the process. That's the problem.
I
He's
know.
gonna get out. I saw that prison. He's getting out. It's not if, it's when. And when that happens... Well, if he is dangerous, I think we're gonna know pretty bloody quick.
I have no injections of you trying to connect to it again, but...
When Aeon's ready. Now...
Yes. We need to give him some space and try
Now-
again when he's more level-headed and
Let's go
calm.
back to the others. I need to think for a bit.
Which that's another thing. It's probably best we inform the others without Aeon. I fear if we mention it in front of him, it might make it worse.
We'll mention it when Aeon calms down. Remember, we promised. We're not hiding anything from Aeon.
It's true.
He deserves better than to be.
That may be true, Rosa, but know this. As long as I travel with all of you, all of your lives are valuable to me. And I will not allow to see anyone get hurt again.
Back to you, Wolf Mother. Come on.
Yeah, probably Fluffy would also need calming down. So, best tend to that.
I need Fluffy to calm down. I need to have this full chocobo. Please.
All right. And so you two make your way back to camp. And I assume in that time, Aeon has been slowly calming down.
He's still shaken. He's still worried and doesn't know. He's confused. He's calmed down a little bit, but not like fully.
He's like off balance, but not hyperventilating anymore.
Yeah, he's not hyperventilating anymore.
Like, I imagine Cassandra's like doing everything like in her power to like try to calm him.
Oh yeah,
Rocking, like soothing, like just.
And a bad day.
and
Soothing,
if
just
Aeon was
pets.
receptive to it, Tiermith tried to help too.
Clara notices on the way back that he's still distressed. How are you holding up, Aeon?
I don't know.
Is like Rosa next to her.
He is.
Yeah.
And with seeing Rosa, he's going to shake a little bit more and more fear.
Oof,
Aeon.
that's painful.
You're not gonna slap me, are you?
What?
Slap?
Like you
Ooh.
did with Sandra. I promise I didn't lie.
Hey,
Oh,
Aeon,
no.
shh. It's okay. Relax. It's not
Aeon,
going to happen.
I'd never hurt you. Not purposefully. Ever. When Cassandra and I had that fight, we were both hurt, said bad things.
You don't
You
want
know-
to hurt anyone.
We know. We'd never hurt you. Please don't be frightened.
You just don't want to make anyone mad.
I'm not mad.
Aeon, we're not mad. We're worried.
Everybody's worried about me.
And you've been worried about me. I've been so scared coming home just yesterday, and then you all there to lift me up. That's just what we want to do for you too.
And look
Whether
at
it's
me now, I'm making things worse again.
You're not making things worse. We love you. We want to keep you safe. We want to help you.
Is Kanara making things worse by having her problems, or mine, or Kayana's with... Sorry, Kayana, but her father?
No,
Neither are you. We all have things, and we all help each other through them. Whether it's poor girl and my parents, Eclipse, Humans, Garlat, or Lou.
I just
I mean,
I
sorry.
want to help you, but I want to help Blue too. But
We just...
Why can't we do both?
because right now we need to help Rosa. Rosa wants to meet her grandma.
I also want
I
to
don't
help
want-
you.
But everybody, you just said everybody has their own problems. I want to help them, but I
And we
don't
want
want
to
everyone-
help you too. We can do both. Just... Lou... If he's your friend and he is just someone in a bad situation, we want to help him too, but we haven't spoken to him, Aeon, and the only thing he's done with us is make us all succumb to that spell.
that wasn't Lou.
Then what was it?
I don't know. It wasn't Lou. Lou's not able to do anything like that.
Maybe it's
Aeon.
that. Maybe it was that bird.
Maybe. I need to look into that a bit more, but
That bird is mean.
Aeon, you deserve to know something that I've realized. You know the shadow?
Mm-mm.
Looking... What we know now, I'm looking into it, I'm pretty sure the shadow I saw is Lou. Lou is the one inside the prison inside you. And whatever you've seen in your dreams is like it's it, Pat.
Mm-hmm. The blue eyes. Do you think that's Lou?
I don't think so. I think that's something else. Something that's keeping Lou in.
You said this bird was mean.
It hurt me.
She, like, Cassandra, like, you see her eyes just narrow a bit. It hurt you? How?
It's just mean. I don't want to remember.
It's okay.
Don't have to tell us if you don't want to.
If it wasn't Lou that did that, then maybe it was this bird.
Maybe, but
Whatever this bird is, if it hurt you, it's no friend of ours.
and with Lou being the shadow that we saw and felt, and I don't know if Lou can hear us right now. I expect so, but even if it's through you, if it can't speak to us physically in some way, Lou, I think we need to talk. We need to trust what you are, and it's not going to hurt Aeon, and you are his friend. We need to talk.
Make a negotiation check.
Oh.
I'm loving this.
Oh.
I love this entire episode. I'm saying this right now. This is one of my favorites right now.
So much
am
emotion,
adding-
so much like
I want to hug the
we're
little
stepping
boy.
on so many eggshells right now.
I feel like
Yeah.
the asking if she was gonna slap him was probably the hit.
Oh,
That
that
was
hurt.
me.
That's
mean.
I was not expecting.
Mystic, that was mean.
I have my cards. I have my cards.
That one was very well played. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna give you a destiny point, Aeon, because you've been role playing amazingly.
What?
Oh my god.
That literally broke me for a
I definitely felt like a child who saw their two parents fighting or something. Like,
Listen, listen. I carry ammunition as I go with this, and I know when to play them.
Yes,
and you
I know.
decided to play them when I finally got you to answer some fucking questions.
You ask the right questions.
Yeah,
And now you have
throw that
so
at us.
many more.
And now you throw that at us and it freaking hurt. It hurts so bad.
Well, next time.
Okay.
Be careful what Aeon sees.
I've used a destiny point to roll an extra d6. That put me down to 2. And that'll give me a total of 15.
Okay, good to know.
Okay.
Good to know.
Huh? I literally sound like the
Is
thing. with, like,
anything-
the huh?
Does anything happen?
I think. Yep.
Nothing right now.
Is he rolling a thing?
He rolled.
I am scared.
If you were at all convincing to Lou, he gives no outward indication.
Well, so with the vamp silence, Cassandra just strokes Aeon's head. It's just like, well then, I'll just say this for now. Lou, I don't know who or what you are, but Aeon seems to want to help you. And as long as Aeon believes that, I want to believe it too. We're not your enemy. Whatever's going on, we want to help. Because it's scaring Aeon, and I don't want to see him scared.
Now you can roll a negotiation check.
All a negotiation.
I was just waiting for Cassandra to go, but if you are lying to Aeon, I'm gonna fucking end you.
Let's threaten him again and see.
I imagine
another
Cassandra was
blast.
thinking it.
Oh, she's probably.
I suppose the next one would be
that's
Kanara.
that's like an unspoken part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
11.
suppose-
Again, if Kaolu is at, or Blue rather, is at all moved, you don't get any
Kaolu.
outward indication.
Did you just slip?
I just slipped. But
Ah.
for now, you guys still only know it as Lou.
Oh,
I know Kanara has a few words, and I even debating this, but fuck it.
Yep.
Alright.
Does the wolf mama have anything to say?
Right. Aeon already knows this, and now I am doing the same for Lou. Teams. Whatever your intent is, I'm trusting it's in the best interest for not just you, but Aeon as well. To the point Why I'm entrusting Aeon something I would never trust anyone with.
Huh?
As she reaches back, she pulls the broken radiant blade,
Hmm?
takes a deep
What?
breath.
Honey?
What's wrong?
Aeon,
Huh?
would you do me a solid favor and hold on to the radiant blade in the roof until I acquire it?
Uh, you're trusting me with it?
I am. I am trusting the most valuable thing to me. To you.
Everybody's shocked faces.
After all, it's what family does it?
Him hearing all these words to Lou and seeing Kunara do that, he starts like really calming down.
Kunara, now you can make a negotiation check.
Okie dokie.
Oh, good.
Why did I imagine everyone's shocked faces?
So many negotiations, and we will never know if any of them work.
The downside is Kanara has nothing in negotiations.
You have success anyway, so.
Yeah, I suppose. Might have to fest in. No?
What?
Okay! The dice told a tale today.
Critical success.
Did you just?
Yeah.
You.
It gave me a one-off earlier, now you give me a critical success, you...
Wow, third time's the charm.
Piece of British shite.
Alright,
This is a joke.
so...
I'm not!
So you go through all that, you communicate all of that. And as the radiant blades disappear into Aeon's floof for safekeeping, Aeon, you can add 1 broken radiant blade to your inventory.
Okay.
After all of that, Aeon, you feel just the slightest stirring sensation.
Oh,
Like, almost like it's like it's like kind of like when you're approaching a new problem and you're struggling with it for a while, and then you learn to start thinking about it this way instead of that way, and it starts to make a little more sense almost. Like you start to get it. It's kind of like that, but it doesn't feel like it's you.
Oh, so okay, I get what you're saying.
So like Lou's kind of thinking, oh, maybe I should think about it this way rather than this way.
You get the impression that, at the very least, Lou has heard and understands what is being said and is actively considering it. But beyond that, you don't get much more of a read than that. It's just like a slight shift in perspective, like the camera panning a little bit.
But that he is fully calm.
Like he's not shaking anymore?
Nope.
I think he understands.
I hope so.
He gives
Next
me a
time-
funny feeling.
Next time he manifests, just try and maybe convince him to include all of us, so maybe we have a frank discussion on why exactly he's living inside your little floof. And she tickles his stomach slightly, saying that.
I'll try, but I don't even know what he looks like.
Well,
Well.
someone put him inside you.
Mhm.
There has to be a reason for that, so maybe let's include him in our promise of honesty before we go any further with this.
While Rosa and them are saying that, Cassandra is just slowly just turning her head in the northeastern direction with a very questioning yet unhappy glare.
What's that, Sandra?
Nothing. You alright now, Aeon?
I am. Are you still worried about home?
No. It's not even really been a thought.
Still owe you that, though. If there's something that you feel that needs to be done, we're here for you, Cassandra. Even if
That
it's
means-
just a visit to where your father's been buried and paid your respects. But do
The
that
mention
for
of
you.
the mention of her father, she immediately says, "Dad has nothing to do with this.
Hmm.
This isn't about Garland. Let's just get on the road." Like she's just still holding Aeon, just not letting him go.
Yeah, I've been meaning to say. We're burning daylight.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hey, Aeon,
Yeah, Tyr.
do you, want to ride on my back for a while? I can take you up into the air, give you a good view, give you some space to clear your head.
I kinda just want to be on the ground for now.
Alright,
Thank you, though.
of course.
Oh my god. Aeon said thank you to Tyr.
And like before you guys set out on the road, Tyr does like make the move of like propping himself up, like hopping up, so like his front paws are sort of propped up on Cassandra's shoulder, and just sort of gives you a little nuzzle, Aeon.
Okay.
Just looking out for my brother.
That is the most cutest thing ever. I can just imagine.
And then
And
he
I
goes up.
feel like this is the first time we've actually been on the same page as Aeon.
You guys did a lot of deduction there. I'm impressed.
I mean, the crew's been piling for how many sessions?
A fair few. I actually don't know what session number we're on right now, but it's been a bit. Regardless, forward, yes?
Yes.
Yep.
So,
Cassandra is holding on to Aeon and not letting him go.
all right. So with that, you all get yourselves squirreled away in the back of the wagon. Rosa takes the reins, and you continue on your way, following the road south. It's only like an hour before you break through into the lush canopy of the Great Vetayan Forest proper. And it is one hell of a forest. None of you have been here before, but it is impressive in scope and scale. The trees are monolithic in scale. You can see massive roots and sort of spiraling amongst one another, connective branches, creating this sort of natural latticework of paths and pathways overhead. The forest canopy, rich and green even in this time of year, creates these speckled shafts of light lingering down over you, almost like the spots of a Dalmatian of lights just across the forest floor. Just off the road, off to either side, it is dense with shrubbery and foliage and plant life, mushrooms and reeds and weeds and all kinds of strange wildflowers. You can see squirrels and other forms of exotic forest life scuttling along the tree trunks and the branches. Brushes shivering and shuffling around you as a squirrel will pop out, look at you, chirp, and go scampering off. Or a few coyotes might go running along a fallen tree off to the side. A small family of foxes crosses the road at one point as you're going. Some of them give you a look and keep going before passing away, or just passing off into the foliage and disappearing from sight. Other, much stranger animal sounds reach you from time to time as well. Unorthodox warbles and cries from Vetayan forest creatures that fall outside of common knowledge and experience. Eventually, as the road is continuing on its way south, you find yourselves reaching a slightly thinner point in the forest, following the road, and off to your left, there is a very pleasant, babbling stream sort of flowing southward, or northward, rather, towards the coast. An occasional spot of rock, and the canopy opens up overhead a bit to afford you a view of the sky overhead, and despite the cool temperatures, it is a surprisingly nice day. Sun is shining, there's only a few clouds in the sky. I'm ignoring what it says in the calendar for the weather right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it is otherwise just a... It's cool, but pleasantly so, almost. You're all glad that you have the layers that you do. But it's a refreshing change of pace from the, well below freezing temperatures of Lapinia. And I would like everyone to make me awareness checks, please.
Oh my.
I was just going to point out as well, if anyone noticed, Kanara's noticing to be more pleasant and even curious about the surroundings.
Yeah, this is like a return to your home territory almost. You feel right at home.
Yeah. He's got a smile on his face.
You
more
said
happy
all of
than
us
usual.
awareness?
Yep.
Yeah. You see Rose looking around like, well, I don't know what to do with so many trees.
Oh, come on.
It is Tyr
Oh,
within range.
Yeah.
That's a 10.
Yeah, Tyr is sticking with you all.
Alright. Another D6. Excellent. I needed that. Much better.
Oh,
12.
yeah.
11.
Alright.
15 now.
6 to a 12.
12 for Aeon.
Alright.
Thank you, Tyr.
Alright, and
Indeed.
I
Kunara
gave
and
him
Rosa,
nothing.
what did you guys get?
15, thanks to Tyr.
I originally had a 6, but thanks to Tyr, I have a 12.
Nice.
I had a 10, but thanks to Tyr, I have a 15.
And Kai?
9.
It was 9, but I think it was a 10.
Right, okay.
Oh, did you roll another dice? Because you got Tyr.
No.
Yeah, when Tyr's with the party, you roll 3d6 on awareness checks. So you can roll an
Yeah,
additional
just add another
D6.
dice.
The dog isn't helping.
Let's turn that 9 into something else.
Okay, what do I...
Just roll one
Oh,
addition.
hard.
Just roll 1d6. And we'll add it to your last roll.
Yep.
4.
So 13.
13. Nice.
So everyone rolled higher than 11 in total.
Mm-hmm.
Then everyone succeeds.
Thank God.
So, as you're following this stream and following this somewhat clear patch in the road, you spot up ahead, off to the left, a simple wood plank bridge crossing the stream to the other side, though it looks like that just follows a very minor road, perhaps to some tiny village or settlement that's out of the way. What you notice more significantly, however, is you spot things hiding in the trees. They're concealing themselves very well, but you're all on alert. After, you're all on edge and kind of twitchy after the exposure to a potent fear effect you experienced earlier. Your senses are still alert and heightened, so you spot them easily enough. Though what exactly they are, it's a bit harder to tell, because they're way up in the canopies.
Kanara whispers to Rosa,
I
hold
see
up.
them. I see them. I'm going to slow down, but I'm not going to stop because then they'll know that we know. That we know that they know. And that they know that we know.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, I get it. I know.
Just tear in
Oh,
the back.
What the hell, Tom?
I'm also getting some deja vu from this.
Deja vu?
Yep.
I've been in this place before.
Before.
high on the street.
But it's not going to be Meanie McMean Pants again because he's dead and we're today. And okay, either they're bandits or they're rangers watching us go by. I hope it's that one.
Maybe it's
'Cause
Skalala
I'm-
and Rania about to throw you in ambush for fun time's sake.
They're dead.
Yeah. Maybe it's them anyway.
What?
Zombie
That-
Rangers.
That is a terrifying thought, Tia. Why would you do that?
I wasn't talking as Tyr. I was using Skalala's voice, or trying to.
Come on,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, I was gonna have Kanara say, who?
The Rania speaking to me from the grave. Oh god.
Hey, Squirt, right here. Heads up.
Doink.
Ink.
Be gone, Ghost Rainbow Dash.
No.
Ghost Rainbow
No. Fuck you.
Where you guys?
Oh my god. So, are these peoples in the trees making any moves or anything suspicious?
Well, at one point, as one of you sort of glances up in their general direction to keep tabs on them, you spot one, and then you spot large feathery wings unfurling in place of arms,
Oh.
Okay, not Rangers.
Not rangers.
followed by a loud eagle-like shriek.
Oh.
Can I roll lore monsters?
You may roll lore monsters.
I would also like to roll Claw Monsters.
You may roll lore monsters.
Jesus.
It appears that we just stepped upon the turf.
Oh, that's almost a crit.
That is 14.
14. All right.
2 14s.
Yeah, these are harpies. These are forest harpies.
I was just talking about them earlier.
Right?
Rosa, what on earth are those?
They're harpies. I'm going to try and make a run for it now, and I'm putting on the reins for Fluffy to go for it.
Harpy.
And
I think we need a visual then.
Yep.
Oh, lovely.
I don't know why the Goblin Queen is here. Goblin Queen.
Nanny.
Goblin Queen? We don't see one.
Oh, the Goblin Queen is present on my map.
We're on a
let's
different
see.
layer.
I don't see it. They're
Weird.
probably on a different.
I only
I'm a ref-
see
I'm a refresh.
There are 7 of them. Not good.
mine is blurry, but now it's not blurry, so it's good.
I hope you all like this map, by the way. I spent a good while working on it.
You did
It's
good.
I
very
can
nice.
tell. Nice.
Indeed.
The river and the road and all the harpies.
Yeah, this is
Shit
one of those
ton.
maps made with that piece of software I spent $40 on. Yeah, I don't know the queen, the old Goblin Queen is just hanging out on the map for what the player screen will see.
Is it on the GM layer?
No, it doesn't appear on my GM screen. It appears on the recording screen, the version you got that is seen on YouTube.
We're not seeing it.
No.
I am.
See it?
Well, either way, just if you're watching this visually, YouTube, ignore it. That thing is not supposed to be there. That is an
It's
anomaly. The map is hallucinating.
Let's just hope it doesn't show up again at any point in time.
Regardless, it's turn order
I
time.
would.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was having Fluffy try and make a run for it.
All right. Well, give me just a second here then.
Well, these things can fly, so I don't really think escape is going to be a easy
Starting to
thing.
regret not improving my bow.
Depends on the dice, I suppose.
Are you trying to do like a full dash?
Yeah. Escape check if that's possible.
You would need to get to the edge of the map.
Okay.
What
One
the?
second.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you, Blue Pills.
Bill.
I also hear music in the background.
There it is.
Go.
He usually mutes.
We forgot to mute.
All right, I'm back.
Excellent.
Alrighty.
Alright, so yeah.
So
I'm
that
gonna
is-
turn to full
so that's
dash, trying to
Rosa's
get
go.
that way. Yeah, I'm on the cup.
Liking how I'm doing my drawing so far. So
Oh,
if
this
I'm
song got surprisingly jazzy.
Oh, good.
Regardless. So, what are the rest of you doing? That was Rosa's turn.
Well, can I in the commander stance with paradigm shift?
Now let's
Alright.
see here. How... I have an idea. Although I think it's probably going to get me in trouble.
Are you planning to jump out the cart, aren't you?
No. How mad do you think Vetay would be if I caused a forest fire?
Very mad.
Mary?
Alright, okay, next question.
Okay,
If I said this...
Didn't want to guess it.
See this tree here?
Yeah.
If I were to set just that tree on fire, would it spread?
Probably. Given enough time.
Yeah, it's a forest. It would go up.
Have you heard of a thing called the wind?
Wait a minute.
You ride it. You ride it a lot, so I imagine you would.
Wait a minute.
Oh my goodness.
These things are these things aerial creatures?
Yes.
Lightning.
For some strange reason, I have a
The
line in my
lightning
head.
starts fire on trees.
A rainforest? How can you set fire to a rainforest? Oh, trust me, when it goes up.
So, seeing as we are surrounded and escape is probably going to be very difficult considering these things can fly. One sec, I want to check something. Yeah. Cassandra's going to jump.
Are you
All right.
kidding me?
There we go.
As just Cassandra just jumps out of the car as Rosa is trying to, flee, she just goes, oh, for fuck's sake. Ah, fine.
What the fucking... There's just some weird shit just showing up on my map.
When I scroll up and down, I'm getting some weird stuff too. Like, the names and the health bars and all that are jiggling upwards away from the tokens. Oh no.
Have you tried refreshing your page, ODM?
Yes, I just did. The queen is still up there, but everything else is fine.
I know, I'm gonna refresh too, because...
Alright, so Cassandra, you are using jump, so you are up and your turn ends. I'll just put you over there for now. Alright, that is Cassandra. I mean, you put down Aeon first, I imagine.
Yeah, she's going to just see these, gently put Aeon down, pat him on the head, and jump.
Alright. Kuna, Kai, and Aeon, what are you guys up to?
Like I said, I use
definitely getting her gun ready.
Right. Using Paradigm Shift for Commando, first time of combat, so you can do that as an instant action. Anything else you want to do?
I mean, there's not really much else I could do. I mean, there's no point switching to my bow because it does less damage. It's still tier 1. So I think I'm going to stay with the sword.
Just assume a defensive stance, then?
Yep, pretty much.
Alright, you're guarding.
Guard mode.
There, where's the shield? Where's the shield?
Nothing like a nice combat encounter to get over the emotional damage we all just sustained a while ago.
Emotional damage! Alright, Aeon, what are you doing?
Are you still trying to escape, Rosa, or?
That's what Rosa's trying to do.
Cassandra just jumped out of the car, so she's a little annoyed.
Well, again, Cassandra can catch up with you if you guys do escape. She's got a better chance of escaping than you guys do. She can just literally jump away.
Not wrong.
Cassandra's famous last word. She's the reason I learned the life spell.
Again, there are 7 of these things and they can fly.
You know, there was something I was going to suggest, but you decided to jump out of the cart, so it's a bit late.
Listen, I can't say.
I could literally have done a smoke bomb.
Look, I mean, we could have probably done that. But again, these things.
But it's like, nah, I'm going to jump. Okay, never mind, I hold left then.
Again, going through Cassandra's head, there are 2 things that could have happened there. Start forest fire or jump. Which would you rather?
I like how the first thing she thinks is start a forest fire. That's her first option.
There are green
Kanala
things everywhere.
says neither.
She's never been in a forest!
Phil would like to know your location.
No,
What have you done to the trees?
No, this is what happens. We start a forest fire, and all of a sudden, Nee appears and just one shots all these things.
So,
And
sorry,
then just
you
looks
think
at-
Rosa can slap hard? You ain't done nothing yet. Come here.
Yeah. One shots all the harpies, and then just one hits freaking.
and then just comes
Cassandra
over
with a
and just
backhand.
bonks Cassandra on the head. It's like, no, we're lighting my forest on fire.
Run.
You are
Laughs and-
Thanatos' child.
I am.
Anyways, what is Aeon doing?
Last Warrior of Light.
I'm gonna assume a defensive stat. I'm gonna see where this goes. I'm just gonna say he's still a little hesitant.
All right, Aeon is guarding. Kai,
Dang,
what you
Kai.
doing?
Before I start, I'm just gonna say one more thing before we shoot. It would just be like that meme where it goes run. Da-da-da.
Yep.
Run. Dun, 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 dun,
As
dun,
Arcane in the Dream World knows too well.
dun.
Oh god.
Run.
Yep.
Anyway. Yeah, Kai is gonna take out her gun, like, because, you know, in case one tries to get near, she might as well shoot one. So basically a defense. So, but she will have her gun out just in case.
All right, so you're not shooting, but you do have it out.
Yeah, she has it out.
All right.
Defensive sciences all around.
All right. All right, I guess that's everyone then. Tiamat is just going to slither around and park himself right there. And with that, it is to the enemy's turn.
There we go.
So, Harpy A is going to fly down for Aeon.
Oh, come on.
Aeon
What
is,
the baby?
Aeon is the smallest thing in here. It's like, ooh, the easiest prey.
I'm about to say the thing that looks
Ooh.
easiest to a meal.
The fool.
All
What were we
right.
just saying about books by that color?
All right, so that will be an 11 to hit.
Damn.
All right. So, Aeon's armor is still 2, yes?
Yes.
Didn't we get Aeon tier 2 on?
No, no one gave me anything.
Oh, we were supposed to make it on the way here. Damn it.
All right. Well, in that case, the thing rolled really well on its damage. Aeon, you take 54 points of damage.
Ow.
What?
Even with a defensive stance?
Oh, right. I forgot to half it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I was about to say.
What the fuck?
108 points of damage, you kidding me?
All right, you get back 27 hit points. My mistake.
Nice.
Still, you
Thank
take.
you.
All right, so this harpy comes flying down with this loud shriek. Taloned feet flash open, and you're like you're braced, and like you push yourself down into the floor as it comes crashing into the side of the wagon. Talon's reaching for you, trying to grab you, and you fend it off for a bit. After a second, it backs off with an agitated shriek. All right, that is Harpy A. Harpy B
Well, that be the first to die.
is going to come flying in here. Will actually take up a position in this tree, and is going to initiate a slow action.
Oh, great.
Alright. Target acquired.
So that will go off at the start of its next turn. Let's see here. Where's Harpy C? There's Harpy C. Harpy C is just going to full double dash to right here. Let's see here. Harpy D will full double dash to there. Da, da, da. How far can you go? Not far enough, so you're just gonna stay right there, that harpy. And that one will also initiate a slow action.
Huh. That's weird. Yeah, it's only Aeon and Kayana. I cannot see the little text box on them.
I mean,
Kayana's name is hidden by Aeon's health bar.
No, it's not the name. It's the bit where it shows like the accuracy and all that. I can't see it.
Can't just put your mouse over them because I can.
I have and I can't. I only can see everyone else's.
Are
but
you
not
on
Aeon
the
or Kayana.
correct option? Select and move, namely. Which is...
Yep.
I can see him.
Weird.
I can. So, yeah,
Oh, well.
anyway.
All right, so you got a collection of slow actions in progress around you, and the rest of the suckers just came rolling in. This last one here, also starting a slow action. You can tell that a lot of them are preparing to cast spells.
Oh.
Yep.
Crew. Cassandra, get your ass back in the
All
cart.
right, first thing up, Cassandra, your jump goes off.
So, yeah. Fun fact about dragoons.
They're
They,
reckless.
well, yes, and aerial combat is their specialty, especially when they take high wind. So yeah, this one here that attack Aeon, it is going to have a purple missile of death come at it. And let me all tell you the fun thing about high wind. Not only does it give me bonus two extra damage steps to my jump attack, but it also gives me aerial killer. Are these things aerial monsters?
Yep.
You said yes.
Yes. So, not only do I get the extra damage steps, but all my damage to these things with my jump is doubled.
Nice.
And didn't you pick an ability that also just increases your damage output against aerial monsters?
Yes, ferocity.
God.
So, the base damage for her attack is going to be her power times 6, I believe now. Let me see here. So it's high wind is 2 extra steps.
And then ferocity, I think, is 1 additional.
Yeah, ferocity is so.
Basically, right now you're going to dish a similar amount of damage to that of the Sickness Inquisitorius could dish out.
Okay, so no, wait, hold on. So tier 2 weapon plus 1 from ferocity, 2 from high wind. Okay, so then that's power times 5. Yes, so
You had to do
her
math.
power is 10, so that will be roll 2d6 plus 50. $56 doubled.
That comes out to a grand spanking total of 110 points of damage. Ow.
Yeah.
All right, so as you come down, your lance immediately spears into the back of this harpy between its wings. It lurches forward into the side of the wagon with this agitated and kicks back in a way to try and like throw you off. You twist your lance and sort of kick off in sort of a back flip as it's doing that.
Yes, very impressive. Get back in the car, please.
And she's
3.
now. Lightning cause a tree to go on fire?
Lightning breath would not cause the tree to catch fire, no. It would probably char it, but on its own it wouldn't light it on fire. You might kill the tree.
If you crit fail it, it will.
So, lightning breath, and considering it hits everything in a short range, it hits this one over here too.
Indeed.
The one that's doing a slow action spell.
Yes.
That's not the only one. It's got this one over here, that one over there.
Oh, I
And up
suppose
there.
I
That's
got it.
exactly why I'm picking a spell
Get
bomb.
in the cart.
I don't like how many spells about to go off.
Well, she still has her movement later, just let her have this. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
No,
You
I
have
still need
this.
to do it.
You're just having heart attacks while you do it.
Okay, so it's 1 extra accuracy from Kunara, plus 1
Yep.
from ferocity, so that's her accuracy 6 now.
Oh, it's the same as
13.
Kunara's other 7.
13 to hit. Let me double check.
Did I hit
their
both of them?
avoidance. Yep, that'll hit.
So roll d6 plus 16 of lightning damage to these two that are by me. 22. Oh, do I also get the... Does ferocity only do weapon, or does it also do this?
Let's check.
To all attacks to that target.
All right.
Does it say anything about my...
Yeah, no, so
Okay.
you do additional damage.
Okay, so I need to re-roll that. $28. Lightning to these two, and then I need to do a force check for seal. Or would that be finesse?
Whatever it says in that.
Deep breath. Force roll. Okay, so force. Yay me.
Yay to you.
11.
Alright, so Harpy A fails and is silenced for 4 rounds.
Harpy B.
I'll get to Harpy B in a second. You rolled an 11?
Yeah.
Harpy B fails and is silenced for 4 rounds and loses the spell they were preparing.
Yeah. And then after
Wonderful.
after the wonderfully cool attack that she just did, she's going to backflip into the cart.
Alright.
Get out! Did you get out of the system?
Yeah, I got it out of my system.
Okay, good. Kanara, help, please.
Kanara's white eye is just twitching at Cassandra.
What?
Smacks you in the back of the head and then pulls out a smoke bomb.
What's that?
Yep.
Now, is that just a guaranteed escape, or like...
It's the equivalent of an escape spell.
Hun,
Mm.
you kind of took the words right out of my mouth because I wasn't just about to say that.
Yep.
Yeah.
A twitch in her eye and a smack the back of the head against Cassandra.
Ow.
Oh, Aeon goes and hugs her.
Don't ever be reckless like that again. We are leaving.
I didn't do anything. That hurt.
You showed off again.
Stop arguing, please help us escape. They're about to kill us.
You already threw the smoke bomb, so do we escape?
I can't breathe.
I can't hear a damn.
Alright, so you reach into your pack, you pull out the smoke bomb, you push a little button on the side of it, sort of stand up and throw it down on the ground just behind the wagon, and as it hits, it cracks open. And this impressively enormous cloud of smoke immediately bursts up, obscuring a large swath of the battlefield, and all of the harpies around you let out these frustrated cries and shouts as Fluffy is immediately kicked into full sprint. And you can hear these powerful these powerful spells going off behind you. And you get the impression you just dodged a trio of Aurora spells.
Ooh.
Hey, good.
I stopped one of them, at least.
Yep. As you all quickly flee
Yes.
and thoroughly skip this combat encounter that I spent an hour making a map for.
Oh.
Sorry.
Just did not like the look of that.
We must have therapy.
You know, this is why we're so broke, is that we just avoid all of the combat encounters.
We avoided two.
Now, the other one with the zombies, which we were not in the mood for, because we were miserable.
Indeed. So,
We got a couple rounds of combat on your map.
I did a really cool thing, and I stopped the spell.
yes, you did do that. And that's literally all you did.
Okay, so out of curiosity, the one harpy I actually hit with the jump attack, how much health did it have left?
By the time you were leaving after the jump attack and the bolt breath, it had about 40 hit points left.
Fight all of them? We'd be there for hours and be going down left and right. Chucking through these fuckers.
Not necessarily. You guys are pretty good about tearing through enemies over approximately your level.
Yeah, but the thing that really worried me was the firing squad of spells, because as a team, I know how hard spells can hit.
Yes.
Especially Aurora.
Then I'll
yeah.
fire in my laser.
Well,
Like,
those
if they
things
were
could
like-
only use one of their spells a single time before they ran out of MP, so...
Well, we didn't know that.
Regardless, so Fluffy goes charging forward for a while, several minutes at full tilt run, and after a while, the cries and agitated shrieks of the harpies fade into silence behind you, and you are confident that with the expenditure of that smoke bomb, you have lost them.
This
Not
place isn't so.
today.
This place isn't so bad. I could
I-
use
Sandra Shadowgrass.
Yes.
Did you really feel the need to show off either of ours?
Yeah, pretty much.
This is why she's learning.
In her defense, I feel like that did actually serve more of a purpose than just showing off.
Was it?
Letting out some frustration, I guess.
I mean, I feel like it was helping keep enemy attention more or less directed away from the wagon and more on her. And also, it looked like she stopped one of those casters from getting off their spells, so...
I mean, that did help, but Cassandra, when you were going up in the air, what were your thoughts?
That aerial combat is my specialty, and I was gonna kick some ass.
Kick some ass. There you go.
And another thing, we.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, that one hit Aeon. It had to learn a lesson.
Well, I think it did. It's gonna have that scar for a while. Whatever.
Oh yeah.
Still, we're normally pretty good at fighting, but we've had a long day, and I did not like the look of those spells.
Oh, things like that can't cast magic that much.
Did you
Do you-
know that before you even engaged?
I mean, I read about harpies. You read about all kinds of aerial enemies back home.
I've also read about harpies. It's true that, the lesser ones would struggle to cast more than one magic, but do you know what a specific kind of harpies those were? Exactly.
Yes.
We're moving on
Please
now.
share with the class.
Forest harpies? I mean, they're in a forest, or do you call them tree harpies?
I got a headache.
Well, it all worked out in the end. I kicked some ass, I looked cool, I stopped the spell, and we got out.
I'm
After
glad
you got back to the cart.
I'm glad Big Sis looked cool. You always look cool. You don't need to show off.
Yeah, I just need to remind you guys every now and then.
Oh
I'm awesome.
Stupid cool dragoon.
And I might have a reminder.
What'd you say?
Stupid
Just-
cool dragoon.
It's like, I
Cool
just facepalmed, by the way.
What was that, Cassandra? What was that, Kayana?
She kind of facepalmed, by the way.
The baseball. What's Aeon's reaction?
Considering out of character, I'm gonna do the same reaction of all of them, and I would hit you on the side of the head. Aeon, he's just cuddling with you. He's just still kind of just out of it.
I can give you a reminder too, Cassandra. As she is,
Don't.
yeah.
Looks back at Kunara, is like, what's up?
She's cracking her knuckles.
Meh.
Just Cassandra just gets this like
Oh no.
You wouldn't hurt it a little sad Moogle, would you, when I have him in my arms?
just holds up Aeon. You wouldn't hurt a sister comforting her little Moogle brother, would you?
That's a low blow.
All right.
Don't try to use your Aeon's cuteness against me. I can still hit you.
Oh, look at him, he's
You're
so
bigger than
cute.
him.
Look, you squeeze him and he squeaks. Watch.
Caught me off guard. Like, literally, I'm drawing, and all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, wait, I gotta friggin' squeak now? This did not come out right.
I know. I'm sorry.
Stop that! Those are my lungs breaking!
No, my
This is amazing.
lungs breaking was with Rosa and her mom.
Oh, you mean when you were squished between?
Hmm.
When you were squished between two
That
cats?
was a long time ago.
The squish.
Cassandra,
The squish.
Cassandra, I would prefer you do not squish the adorable Moogle.
I'm not squishing him. I'm squeezing him. There's a difference.
God. Thank you.
There's not much difference to me.
Well, regardless. As you are
Let's carry on.
As you're continuing on your way from the battlefield, bickering about Cassandra's recklessness, I think that's a good place for us to call it.
Dragoons.
Sorry, there's a sound note on your combat encounter. That was a nice map.
It was a very nice map, and it was really
That was
cool.
beautiful.
Like we mentioned harpies, like back in the.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of fun. I was like, oh, hey, you guys are going to be fighting that later. Or so I thought.
Oh, that's what.
Please, okay.
I mean.
Kanara came
Kanara get the
prepared.
smoke bomb again?
What was that?
Where did Kanara get the smoke bomb again?
Back in the town where we.
Hold
Mind.
I
Well,
believe-
it's
yeah, I
the
think
Bali
it-
one is if the memories of our
Isn't that another
ancestors.
battle?
Ice Fang said that was a good idea.
Yeah.
Isn't that from that boss battle?
More likely seeing the guy use them and seeing how effective they are.
Right, I'm investing in those.
Well, regardless, let's go ahead and close out. So, thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, so much for tuning into this session of Final Fantasy Chronicles of Eno. It was much fun. We'll see you all next time. Until then, keep listening, people. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Dragoons are cool.
Oh my god.
Dragoons are cool, and Lou is not known very well.